the sun's setting on the Dodgers season, but it's just coming up perhaps for the Colorado Rockies. Final road game of the year. This evening from Dodger Stadium, the Rockies try to make it 11 straight. They're 86-72. The Dodgers at 80-78. Welcome once again, everybody. Good evening. I'm Drew Goodman. The Rockies won last night 2-0. It was their 8th shutout of the year. The Rockies are playing obviously superb baseball. More on that in a couple of moments. The pitching matchup tonight, Franklin Morales with a string of 17 shutout innings will take the baseball tonight against the veteran Esteban Loaiza, who has not gone beyond the 5th inning in 3 starts in a Dodger uniform. Now let me bring in my partner, George Frazier. We were just discussing this a couple of moments ago. You're talking about a logjam in the National League. The Rockies have a chance to end the season with the best record in the National League, and of course on the downside they have a chance to be at home also.
Yeah, they do. There's so many things that could happen in the next 4 days of baseball. That's what makes it so exciting this late in the year. Look where everything was on the 15th of September. Can you imagine? The Rockies were 6.5 back. Now just fast forward that, and look at this, 2.5 games out. San Diego a game and a half out, and then Arizona, of course, won already today, and then in the current wild card standings, you look at there where the Rockies were and where they are now. Great opportunities, obviously, right in front of them. And the craziness of this, the New York Mets, probably the best team in all of baseball for 5 months. They're fighting for their lives right now.
Yeah, they've fallen apart at the seams. They lost again today. So now they're part of the wild card picture because they're tied with Philadelphia at 87-72 atop the National League East. Now let's break down the 10-game winning streak for the Colorado Rockies. I think, for me, it begins with their defense. Look at that bottom category on the left.
Well,
one error.
Yeah, the one error, and that was a throwing error by Torrealba. Everybody in the infield, outfields made great plays through this whole thing. The other thing that jumps out for me, you know this offense is going to score. You know they're going to hit the baseball, total runs. But what is it? Look at the starter's ERA, 3.10 with 3 young kids running out there. And I say that because with Redmond, he's a veteran guy, folks, but you know, this is a guy that was sitting at home, too. And he got a start in Tulsa, one in Colorado Springs. He's pitched pretty well. But Morales and Jimenez, 2 guys they've counted on, and they've come through in a huge way. And Morales tonight, obviously getting a major start here at Dodger Stadium, where he got his first major league start.
And he was pretty good in that first major league start. So the Rockies continue to be resilient, and they've overcome a ton of adversity as they look to make it 11 in a row tonight. More on this one in a few moments, but right now we go back to Denver, and Mark Stout. Mark?
Thanks, guys. Yes, we will rejoin you in minutes for first pitch. And just to add to that, the Rockies' ERA as a staff, when you add in the relievers during the 10-game win streak, 2.94 under 3. Reference some of the games that have already happened tonight. When we come back, we'll have highlights. A playoff update is next here on FSN.
It comes from stadium stairs at 5 in the morning. From suicides to your lungs scream uncle. And two-a-days when it's hot enough to fry an egg on your forehead. It's sweat. And there's more to sweat than just water. No wonder, no water, no flavored water, no other sports drink on the planet helps put back what sweat takes out better than Gatorade.
Well, this heat's not letting up, folks, so you might want to get home with those air conditioners.
At the end of a long, hot day, grab the beer that starts out cold and ends up refreshing. Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
This week on FSN Pro Football Preview, get the inside word on all of this week's biggest games. Friday.
We're America's largest refiner, and some of the vehicles we fuel don't travel on roads. For those that do, we make some of the cleanest gasoline on the planet, and every drop is performance guaranteed. And our employees contribute over 200,000 hours a year in our communities. We know you probably don't think about these things when you think of Valero. That's okay, just as long as when you do think of us, you think of this. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
2.5 Men presents Manly Rule number 31. Respect your elders.
Mom? Hang on, dear.
Hello?
Alan, I'm in the neighborhood, and I know how Charlie hates it when I just drop in unannounced. So I thought I'd call first.
Charlie, Mom's coming over. Tell her I'm not here.
5 nights a week this fall. It's 2.5 Men.
Weeknights at 6 and 10:30 on CW2.
See the black paint? 3 up, 7 over. Growing up, there's lots of scouts who told me that I'd never be able to play in the NHL because of my size. It's what has driven me to prove people wrong and to make them eat their words. See the big hole? 1 paint to the left.
Only on FSN.
So many firsts for this season for the Rockies. If they win tonight, it will be the first time in franchise history they sweep a road trip that has gone to 2 or more cities. They've never done that, and they can do it by beating the Dodgers in L.A. tonight. And they'll sweep it for the first time in L.A. since 1999. Welcome back to the Chevy Sports Desk. Plenty of games to get you updated on that have implications in terms of the playoffs, the wild card, the NL West. And we start with Brandon Webb not starting for Arizona. That's Micah Owings, who was told at breakfast he would go this afternoon in Pittsburgh. And he went 6+, only allowed 4 hits and not a run, and did it at the dish. This was in the 2nd inning. He knocked in a run in that inning, and Arizona was up 4-0 early after 2. And then Owens would come up again in the 7th. Already 3 for 3 on the day. How about a double to the gap? Scored 2 runs. 4 for 4, 3 doubles, 3 ribbies for the starting pitcher. He's hitting .339. He's done this before in a game. And 8-0 the final for the Diamondbacks as we look at the NL West standings. Arizona, a win within 90. Coming to town this weekend for 3 with the Rockies, as you know. So the Rockies really need to keep their winning streak going tonight so that they can keep pace. In Philadelphia, Smoltz on the hill for the Braves. You thought he'd do the job. Not when Ryan Howard's at the plate. Howard, for the 44th time this year, goes deep. 2-0. Then it was 4-0 early. We fast forward to the bottom of the 3rd, couple of outs. Pat Burrell on the hit at the dish. Another 2-run homer. Phillies can hit the long ball. They were up 6-0 early. Chipper Jones and Mark Teixeira would hit back-to-back homers to make it close. And then the Phillies close it out. 6-4 the final as the Phillies get the win. And you may have heard that the Mets lost as well. So the Phillies are tied for the NL East. Updated now, top 7. Padres still lead the Brewers by a score of 5-2. As you see, Joe Thatcher, the lefty, is on the mound for San Diego now. When we come back, Rockies and the Dodgers. Can the Rockies make it 11 in a row? Dodgers won 11 in a row last year. Rockies want to do it this year. It's next.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
Can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe we're doing this. Can't believe I'm doing this. What do you think?
Okay. We'll stay another day. Can't believe I'm doing this.
Colorado Rockies baseball on FSN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With more flights to more places than ever before, Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. Downtown Los Angeles, a couple of minutes away if you fly, about 4 hours away if you try to drive in rush hour. Dodger Stadium.
Best to take a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. The Rockies trying to do something they have not done here in quite some time. Sweep the Dodgers in L.A. And let's take a look at their lineup tonight. If you've been following the Rockies, you know their lineup by heart. Brought to you by Southwest.com. Kaz Matsui up top. Then Troy Tulowitzki, who leads all National League rookies in hits, runs, walks, and among the leaders in home runs. Holiday leading the league in a ton of categories. We won't itemize them right now. Helton, Atkins, Hoff, Spilborgh's in the 7 hole. Torrealba in front of Morales to face the veteran 35-year-old Esteban Loaiza from Tijuana, Mexico.
Well, the Fidelity scouting report, 5th game for him to start here, 1-3 overall record, very high earned run average of 10-13 at Dodger Stadium. An 0-2 record here, and much better out on the road. The lefties have just crushed him, 375 against him with a couple of home runs. The righties have hit 5 home runs against him. All of that's brought to you by Fidelity Investments. Start your investment portfolio today.
First pitch missed the strike zone. Here's the 1-0 to Kaz. And it's lifted foul and out of play. I was talking to Alan Cockrell, the Rockies hitting coach, around the batting cage a couple of hours ago. I said, what's the key with Loaiza? He said, make him throw strikes.
Well,
which may sound obvious, but you know, there's some guys that nibble and you can get ahead in counts easily. Loaiza, perhaps one of those guys.
Well, he's also a guy that since the injuries, he has not challenged hitters like he did when he won 21 ball games for the Chicago White Sox in 2003. 21-9, 290 earned run average. Maybe in the last year, 20-game winner was around. Then he was traded over to the Yankees, went 10-7 there. Then on to Washington, 12-10. Oakland the last couple of years, 11-9, and then 1-0 before being traded here to the Dodgers.
He used to be a big-time strike thrower, but this year, 19 innings with LA, 14 walks. And this ball hit hard, and it comes up nicely, though, for Hu. And Shin-Lung Hu throws out Kaz Matsui. 1 out. And let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively. Well, they're playing most of the kids again tonight. It is Delwyn Young in left field, Juan Pierre in center field, Matt Kemp in right field, LaRoche, Hu, Valdez, and Loney around the infield, and Russell Martin behind the plate. Juan Pierre, again, the only player above the age of 25 in the starting lineup that's not named Esteban Loaiza. Juan is 30. Here's Tulowitzki, and he hits it on the ground. Loaiza picked up off of waivers from Oakland not all that long ago, and he was injured most of the year with Oakland. But he has not gone beyond the 5th inning. In fact, he hasn't gotten out of the 5th inning in his first 3 starts in a Dodger uniform. Matt Holliday at 338. Drove in a run last night, his 132nd of the year. Rockies got after Loaiza last June, scoring 6 runs off him in 3 2/3. And that's in there for a strike also. Marvin Hudson's behind home plate tonight. Ed Montague, the crew chiefs at first, Jerry Lane at second, Bill Miller at third. Now the Rockies, George, are going to have to do it on their own, it looks like. They're not getting much help last couple of nights with the teams they'd like to see lose. Arizona shut out Pittsburgh earlier today, 8-0. Phillies beat Atlanta 6-4. And San Diego leading 5-2 in the 7th in Milwaukee. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 to Holliday. And this is fought off to shallow center field. And a diving catch is made by Juan Pierre. Well, you know he's going to play hard until it's time to go home. Nice catch by Pierre. Rockies go in order in the 1st.
I'm on the 415. Let's see what kind of plane you'll be on today.
Step over there and spin that wheel. Come on.
Come on, big plane.
Woo, big plane, big plane, big plane. Big plane, big plane, big plane. No. Small plane.
On Southwest Airlines, you'll never fly in a small plane. We guarantee every seat on every flight is on a big, comfortable Boeing 737.
You are now free to move about the country.
Changing, yeah, everything's changing. But I'm through with all this changing. I like the way I'm living, and I got my reasons why. And I'm not gonna go changing.
can you change a life?
How about donating your old car?
How can a car change a life?
Or that old truck, minivan, or SUV?
By donating your vehicle to Cars Helping Kids, you'll help fund programs that change kids' lives. Plus, you'll get a tax break, free tow, and just for calling, a $1,000 voucher from our automotive partners, Freeway Ford and Longmont Ford. Check out over 600 new and used online at cheaperfords.com. Call 303-433-3666.
Donate your car and change a kid's life.
No score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Juan Pierre will lead it off for Los Angeles against Franklin Morales. Let's take a look at the National League race once again, up to date in the West. The Diamondbacks won earlier. They're a game and a half up on the Padres, and the Padres are leading right now 5-2 in the seventh against Milwaukee. And Atlanta lost with John Smoltz on the mound 6-4 to Philadelphia. It's now a dead heat, the Phillies and Mets in the NL East. And therefore the Mets are involved in that wild card race as well. Southwest starting lineup tonight, batting order for the Dodgers. Pierre will be followed by Delwyn Young, who's swinging a very hot bat since coming to the big leagues. Matt Kemp, James Loney, 3 and 4. Russell Martin is starting behind the plate in the 5-hole. Then Andy LaRoche, Wilson Valdez, Chin Lung Hu in the 8-hole. And Esteban Loaiza to face Franklin Morales.
Let's take a look at that Fidelity scouting report. His 8th start, the first coming right here at Dodger Stadium when he pitched against the Dodgers. 5 1/3, 5 hits. I think the 17 scoreless. He build off of what you've done to have your success, and that's been pound the strike zone, show the curveball, because in his last start, the curveball was outstanding. It's 6 strikeout performance against San Diego.
And strike one on Juan Pierre. In that performance at San Diego, he allowed just 1 hit. You may recall it. It was a slowly hit ground ball that just went in the right place between short and third. And here's a comebacker for the very good fielding pitcher, Franklin Morales.
A very good athlete. By the way, that pitching scouting report is brought to you by Fidelity Investment. Start your investment portfolio today.
And Frege, lefties now 2 for 27 against Franklin Morales.
0.77 coming in. That's pretty good.
That is very good. Holiday, Spilborghs, and Hop defensively in the outfield. Atkins, Tulowitzki, Matsui, Helton around the horn. Helton still with just 2 errors. And Torrealba's behind the plate. Tulowitzki leading all major league shortstops in fielding percentage and chances. And last night he made one of the great plays you will ever see a shortstop make. In fact, it was replayed about a bazillion times. You couldn't watch any sort of sport highlight show last night without seeing the highlight of Tulowitzki's play in the hole, George.
It was, too. I mean, he makes 2 steps. Look how he started to cheat over into the corner anyway so he could get to that baseball. Then the leaping throw to Helton in his stride. And because it allows Helton to stride to the baseball early at first base because of the accuracy of Tulowitzki's arm.
0-2 on Delwyn Young. And the fastball's high. Clint Hurdle was saying before the ball game, he said, I played with Ozzie Smith. He saw Dave Concepcion play, the great Cincinnati shortstop. He said that was as good a play as I've ever seen a shortstop make.
There's the curveball. Good yacker right there. On a 1-2 count, just caught too much of the outside part of the plate to get this youngster Young to take a hack at it. 72 miles an hour, so you're looking almost 22 mile an hour differential between the fastball.
2-2, see you later. Delwyn Young gone on that heater.
As you look at tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by Burt Toyota. Loaiza, I think that is. I really do, because I don't know that he can work deep into this ball game. He hasn't done it in the Dodger uniform, and of course the moment. I mean, if you're not scoreboard watching right now and you're not realizing where you are, take the uni off and go on home. And with Morales, I think, you know, you're going to work this ball game into probably the 6th inning. Then it's going to be up to that 7, 8, 9 combination again. Fuentes 2 nights in a row, says he's good to go, and then you get Corpus to finish it up. All of that brought to you by Burt Toyota.
And Kemp fouls the fastball back. Kemp is 2 for 3 against Morales, including a home run. Hit a solo home run in their first matchup here at Dodger Stadium. And Kemp this year hitting .366 against lefties. Here's that big curveball, 1-1. Here's the home run Kemp hit.
I try to take the outside corner of the pitch away, and he does just that. I mean, that just shows you the type of strength he has. Not a horrible pitch from Morales at all.
And that's a strike. Man, that's a big break on that curveball.
Yeah, and it may be a little bit high, but because of the way it was received by Torrealba behind the plate, it was called a strike. He never moved body, glove, nothing. Squared up his chest very well.
Torrealba back there every night here in the stretch run. Here's the 1-2, and that is on past Matt Kemp. What an impressive start for Franklin Morales. Now 18 straight shutout innings. 2 punch-outs as well.
With work, school, and other autumn activities, there's just no time to cook. So come to KFC for a big 10-piece double mash meal, just $16.99. You get 10 pieces of the Colonel's Finger Lickin' Good original recipe or delicious extra crispy chicken, plus 2 large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 5 buttermilk biscuits. And all this great food, the 10-piece double mash meal, is just $16.99. Now that's value. And while you're there, pick up a famous bowl now at KFC.
Test fly the difference today during Saab Summer Challenge. Go to SaabUSA.com/compare to see why the 2007 Saab 9.3 Sport Sedan has an overall higher safety rating than the Volvo S60. And with a starting price of under $27,000, you're closer to owning a jet than you think. Test fly the difference today during Saab Summer Challenge.
See the black paint? 3 up, 7 over. Growing up, you know, there's lots of scouts who told me that I'd never be able to play in the NHL because of my size. It's what has driven me to prove people wrong and to make them eat their words. See the big hole? 1 paint to the left.
Man, how about Franklin Morales? Hey, there's Schultz. Well, he's done a great job. Keith Schultz has taken care of the players and the broadcast team throughout the entire year. Keith's kids sitting at home with Mama trying to cheer these Rockies on right now. Aaron and Lauren sitting with Melinda. Keith brought help with him on this trip. Had all the September call-ups. He had Tiny. Ponarelli was with him.
Absolutely. Big thanks to Keith Schultz, as always, and Mike Ponarelli, and the whole staff in the home clubhouse. 1-0 on Todd Helton. Todd riding a 10-game hitting streak as he comes up here in the top of the 2nd inning. No score. Rockies will get back in the middle of the night tonight. So talking about those home clubhouse guys, it's going to be a long night for everybody.
But you know what? You got so much adrenaline rush going right now because you haven't been out here. You haven't watched this stuff play. You can't wait to get those unis hung up for the game tomorrow.
And that sunk, I thought, low, but it caught the knee, so 2-1. Not only has Todd have a 10-game hitting streak, he's reached in 27 consecutive games.
That's the hottest I've seen Todd Helton base hit-wise since I've been here 10 years. He's just taking what they're giving him, and that's to the opposite field.
And right now, defensively, they're playing him straight up in the infield, pretty much straight up in the outfield, though Pierre's has shaded a little bit toward left center. 2-2. Esteban Loaiza trying to follow up that performance by Derek Lowe last night. Derek Lowe was terrific, saved 1 inning where the Rockies were able to scratch out 2 runs, and they made it hold up because Josh Fogg was marvelous yesterday.
He was very good.
6 2/3, and then the pen picked it up from there.
Yeah, the one big trial he had in the ball game, bases loaded, he inflicted that on himself for 3 straight walks. He came back with 2 change-ups at 78 and then blew the heater at 86 right by him. Yesterday, Derek Lowe very good in his start. One of the best outings that he has had this year, according to Grady Little. Good command of the sinker, hard slider. Loaiza 4-3 in his career versus the Rockies. Not going to get that called on the outside corner. 628 earned run average. It's been 10 starts. 57 1/3, but he's given up 40 earned runs over those 57 1/3. Pretty good paint here.
Yeah, you know, if you're not Todd Helton, you may be taking a seat. And there it is. He went back to the same spot. Helton nods and says, yep, it was there. So the first strikeout of the ball game for Loaiza.
Well, you just put it back in the memory bank, you remember it, and you tip your hat to him. Pitchers do make pitches occasionally. They practice also. It's not just batting practice all the time. Pretty good paint. Squared the body up of Russell Martin, got the strike call.
That'll bring up Garrett Atkins. Garrett 0 for 3 last night, 3 for 20 on the trip. So he's ready to get hot again. That pitch misses, ball 1. 290 average, 24 home runs, 105 RBIs. Well, George, there was some good news. All the teams the Rockies wanted to see lose won today, but there was some good news. Because the best hitter for the Arizona Diamondbacks will not play over the weekend. They won't see him. Mike Owens.
4 for 4.
Mike Owens, the starting pitcher, folks, what I'm talking about today for the
Well, now, wait a minute. You might see him
Diamondbacks.
as a pinch hitter.
Yeah,
the
you
way
know
he's
what?
swinging it.
Actually, the way he is swinging it, you may see him as a pinch hitter. But he went 4 for 4 with 3 doubles and knocked in 3 runs in the Diamondback win. And that was not a fluke. He had 4 home runs coming into the ball game, hitting
Yeah, how
over
about
300.
that?
And that's ball 4. So Atkins represents the Rockies' first base runner with 1 out in the 2nd inning.
For the Rockies, right fielder, number 11, Brad Hall.
Brad last night had his 6-game hitting streak snapped, also his 6-game RBI streak ended. 0 for 3. He's always hit well here at Dodger Stadium. And that touches the outside corner. This season, Cardell Holmes is sponsoring Home Runs for Hunger. Each time a Colorado player hits 1 out, Cardell Holmes will donate $100 to the Food Bank of the Rockies. To learn more about Home Runs for Hunger or to pledge your support, go to cardellholmes.com. Oh, and 2. Rockies trying to refamiliarize themselves with Esteban Loaiza. George was talking earlier about the great season he had in 2003 when he went 21-9 with the White Sox and a 2.90 ERA, which is a great ERA in either league, but particularly so in the American League with the DH. This is fought off to left field, and Delwyn Young makes the catch.
Well, pretty obvious what he's trying to do with left-handed hitters. We mentioned earlier, 375 batting average against Loaiza with 2 home runs. Now, right-handers with 5 home runs against him. Trying to take, and again, this ball's up, but it's on in the middle half before everything's away from the left-handers. He started out with Hop staying away from him. So he's not going to, obviously, a lot of guys with less velocity, not going to try to stay to the middle of the plate, stay from corner to corner.
Spielborg's at 301. With 2 outs and Atkins at first. By the way, Owings, after today's ball game, Mike Owings now slugging .697. Shades of Mike Hampton with the Rockies a few years ago, and he hit 7 home runs. And that pitch fouled off, 0-1. It's now San Diego 9 and Milwaukee 2. You know, it was a 5-2 ball game, and the Brewers had the bases loaded with Prince Fielder at the plate. And the Padres able to get out of that jam. So the Padres have gone to Milwaukee, the team with the best record at home in the National League. And they're beating them up at game 1 of a 4-game set. Loaiza is going to step off the back. George, it's that time of year. If you want to play in the postseason, you step up this time of year.
Oh, yeah,
and that's what the Rockies have done. Arizona has stepped up. Padres, when it looked like they were falling apart, they've stepped up the last few days. The Phillies obviously have. The Mets have gone the other direction. Mets have lost 7 straight at Shea Stadium, 10 of 14. They had a 7-game lead a few weeks ago.
Yeah, their pitching staff has just been horrible. They haven't been able to get laid outs. Billy Wagner has even faltered as the closer.
Today it was offense. They got 3 hit. Pedro Martinez pitched well. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 on Spielborg. So Loaiza at least through the first 2 innings, throwing the best baseball he has thrown so far in a Dodger uniform. No score, middle of 2. Back to Dodger Stadium in a moment.
Breaking news from our special agent, Aaron Esurance.
Time-wasting auto insurance is trying to take over the world. People waste their free time to take care of their auto insurance.
Is everyone affected?
Not Esurance policyholders. They're doing fine. That's because Esurance makes auto insurance easy. Time-wasting auto insurance loses power when it hears quote by print instantly at Esurance. Take that!
Make it your mission to save time and money on auto insurance. Get your quote from esurance.com today.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's new Cheesy Beefy Melt. To get seasoned beef, melty, and even more glorious melty cheese, think outside the bun.
Comcast high-speed internet is fast no matter where you live.
But with DSL, the farther you are from the hub and/or central office, the slower your connection.
So that's why our DSL connection is so slow and/or not fast.
Yes, and/or duh. Sorry, and/or my bad.
Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet for just $24.99 a month for 3 months. 1-800-COMCAST.
These solar panels will produce 14,000 kilowatt hours of energy, enough to run the Rockpile LED board at Coors Field for 1 year. Join the Colorado Rockies in saving energy and visit accelenergy.com to learn how you can benefit from solar. No score. Moon over Los Angeles. Pretty night in LA as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Let's take a look at our Xcel Energy fun fact tonight. Who are those 3 guys? Well, if you look carefully, you got Garvey, you got Say, and you got Dusty Baker. 30 years ago, Garvey, Say, Baker, and Reggie Smith were the first quartet in big league history to hit 30 home runs. And then for the Dodgers, Piazza, Caro, Zeal, and Mondesi duplicated the feat in 1997.
Well, what a great ball club they had with the Dodgers here when you think of the infield of Say and Russell, Lopes, Garvey. Steve Yeager was a part as a catcher there then, along with Mike Scioscia. They had great pitching to go with it, and they won a lot of ball games with their pitching staff and their defense, and of course, oh yeah, they could swing the bat a little bit.
James Loney up there, and he takes ball 1, a fastball, out of the strike zone. That group in the infield together for 9.5 years. You just don't see that anymore, do you?
Tell you one thing that always impressed me about the Dodgers starting 9 every night before a ball game, it was on the left field line with that group of guys. I should say starting 8. Obviously starting pitcher down the bullpen, but they would come out and they would do their warm-up sprints together, all in unison, out and back. And you would see that as an opposing team. And I mean, it wasn't intimidating, but it showed togetherness, showed what they were all about.
That was the longest underhand toss I think we've seen this year, George.
Catcher, number 55.
Usually you see the pitcher run over, underhanded. It's like in vogue now. Nobody throws it overhand anymore.
Well,
this one he threw in the middle of the mound.
Because a lot of them can't, that's why. I mean, when you take that one step, and sometimes guys say, all right, I'll soft toss it up there, and they airmail it up into the seats. Doesn't matter how you get the out, get the out. That's a little long toss.
Which, Frazier's a nice segue to a second baseman here. There was a very good offensive player that struggled throwing the ball.
You know, we used to have more fun with Saxy, and again, Steve, it's fun with you. But we used to sit in the dugout over here at Dodger Stadium at the start of the game. You know how they throw it around with the infield?
Yeah. Martin swings at the first pitch, and he pops it to right.
We'd sit over in the dugout, and as they would roll him the ball, 8 of us would stand up with our gloves going, "Here's Saxy, home buddy!" Just to kind of instill it into his mind early in the game.
Well, that was not such a good defensive team because it wasn't only Sax. They had Pedro Guerrero at third, and one of the great lines from Pedro Guerrero and Dodger lure came up before the ball game, and it broke up the Rockies dugout. Pedro Guerrero said, "I don't want him to hit it to me, and I don't want him to hit it to Sax either." It's not good, and sometimes this happens, I'm sure, for infielders in particular. but to admit that you don't want it hit to you is not exactly
that's not
what you're looking for.
It really does give a lot of confidence to the pitcher at that time.
I got to punch him out.
You know, I'm either going to punch him out or hit it to short or first.
Don't hit it to me, and don't hit it to Sachs either.
Wow. How you doing, Saxy? You like me so far?
1-1 on Andy LaRoche with 2 outs and nobody on. Dodgers half of the second. And this is on one hop under the glove of Tulowitzki.
Tough backhand for Tulowitzki. You take a couple of strides back on a ball, and you know what? You're just going to try to backhand it. If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, the ball was hit fairly hard by LaRoche. Reaction by Tulowitzki out at shortstop. He's all right, one step, try to short pick it. That ball just stayed down. It didn't come up for Tulowitzki at all.
So LaRoche, a single off a changeup from Morales. That is the first hit of the ball game. And I'll bring up Wilson Valdez. Valdez 0 for his last 11 at the plate. Jeff Francis, who will throw tomorrow, and Mark Redmond, who will go Saturday against Arizona. They've already left for Denver.
Well, smart thing to do. I know the Yankees used to do that all the time. Clubs today do it. When you're going to have a late arrival like this, starting pitcher, get him to the house, get a good night's rest.
There was a change, George, in the Arizona rotation. Brandon Webb, their ace Cy Young winner last year, was supposed to go today, but there was bad weather on the horizon in Pittsburgh, and Bob Melvin, I think in a shrewd move, did not want to see Webb go out there and throw 3 innings and then have like a 2-hour rain delay.
Well,
so he pushed him back to tomorrow, and it worked out because the Diamondbacks shut out the Pirates 8-0. So Webb will go against Francis tomorrow evening at Coors Field.
Well, that's the way you would like it. 2 number ones going against each other. Francis, though, has pitched extremely well at Coors Field in his whole career. Mark Redmond will go against Gonzalez.
Swung on and missed. It's 2-2, and then Doug Davis, the lefty, on Sunday against the kid Ubaldo Jimenez. And if you don't have your tickets, you better hustle and get them because there are a few seats remaining. Here's the 2-2. Big curveball. See you later. Wilson Valdez, the 3rd strikeout victim for Franklin Morales. We'll go to the 3rd. No score in LA.
I used to tell my kids, work first, play later. My son Joseph really took that to heart.
He's taking down the city's biggest crime family. But he never imagined he'd come face to face.
All the places, you gotta come to my place.
With his own brother.
I'm done with you! Get down!
Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Wahlberg, Eva Mendes, and Robert Duvall in the most electrifying thriller of the year. We Own the Night. Rated R. In theaters everywhere October 12th.
Of all the people in the world, there's only one you, and you relate to the world in your own way. The information you gather, the stories you share, the connections you make. Quest connects you to what matters, your way. We help you build a customized bundle with the quality services you need at a price that's right for you. Consider a bundle with a local phone package and broadband for as low as $57 a month. Call today for a free account review. Let us help you build your bundle. That's our spirit of service.
Every day in the United States, millions go hungry. Thousands live right here in Colorado. That's why Cardell Homes and the Food Bank of the Rockies have teamed up to create home runs for hunger. When one of our players hits a home run, Cardell Homes will donate $100 to the food bank. Together with your contributions, we can help bring food to those in need. Visit CardellHomes.com to learn more about the Home Runs for Hunger campaign.
Sports Science, only on FSN.
Drew in Philadelphia tonight. Brett Myers fans Kelly Johnson. And the Phillies hold on to beat the Braves 6-4. That win, coupled with the Cardinals' win over the Mets tonight at Shea, has New York and Philly tied atop the NL East. What a race. Back to you.
Well, Mark, it's the way it ought to be. A lot of teams will sort this out the final weekend of the regular season. And the Rockies, for them, that's fine with them. They control their own destiny.
Man,
they win out, they can do no worse than tying for an additional game.
How neat is this, too, in Rockies baseball? I've been here 10 years, Drew. You've lived your entire life in Denver almost, the last 19 years. And to sit here and see this transpire, this is awesome. I mean, it couldn't be better.
Yorvi Torrealba, thank you, George. Just my entire life, you go back 19,
you're 19 years
21,
old.
right?
Well, when you finally grew up. It took you a while.
It did.
Yeah.
After college. Here's the 1-0 and a shattered bat, and this is a foul ball. Good thing that Andy LaRoche had to move to get the baseball because the barrel of the bat ended up right where he was standing. There's the barrel flying. Torrealba leading off the third inning, has new lumber, and he's ready to go. And we welcome in the president of the Colorado Rockies, been accompanying the team on this entire road trip, Kelly McGregor. Kelly, we're not going to talk about the Rams, though.
Let's not.
We're going to stay away from. We're going to stay away from our Rams.
Going to talk about some red-hot Rockies is what we're going to talk about. Could be better, huh, Kelly? This is fun, isn't it?
It's a lot of fun.
That pitch outside, 2-1. At what point in time did you start thinking, you know what, anything's possible with this club?
Last night. Actually, I have, like so many, it's just fun to watch these young kids night after night. They've been very focused on the task at hand, and our whole organization's really operated that way, and it's just been fun night after night to meet the challenge.
I think the big part of it is it's your kids. I mean, you know, you made the point. It's fun to watch these kids. It's your kids.
Yeah.
It's not like you traded for them. It's not like you went out. You know, you didn't go out and get a bunch of free agents. I mean, Garrett Atkins. I mean, all the way around this whole team. It's your kids.
You know, and everybody's been involved. It's a tribute to our scouts, and Billy's done a great job coordinating the kind of kids that we're going after. And the development process takes so much patience and a lot of continuity, and Dan's done a great job with all of that and managing the short-term needs and the long-term needs, and you know, this has been fun this month watching some of this come together.
Here's Franklin Morales after the leadoff walk, trying to get the bunt down, and that nicked Russell Martin.
I'm looking forward to get back to Denver tomorrow, man. I hope that thing's rocking.
You know, that's the same with me. I don't know that I've ever been more excited to go home, and talking to all of our folks working so hard back in Denver. We should be sold out this weekend. There is still tickets available. Best way to get tickets right now is probably to go online, but I'm excited for these young guys to get home and play in front of that a sold out Coors Field, and the enthusiasm I've been hearing about. I'm anxious to get home and see it myself.
Well, the rock pile, it goes on sale every day, right? I mean, what is it, $4, $5? What's it, guy? The rock pile's perfect.
Right. No, the rock pile is something we committed to, and I think you know, it's nice to know that you can always get into Coors Field for $1 if you're a minor or a senior citizen, and we expect that line to be big tomorrow as well.
That is fielded in fair territory. Interesting move by LaRoche. And they throw back. Torrealba gets his foot on the bag. So good job by Franklin Morales getting the bunt down, and Torrealba out there in scoring position for Kaz Matsui, who came through with the first RBI of the ball game last night, behind in the count with 2 outs. That has become his specialty. He'll try to do it here with 1 out. Kelly, when I think of this club and I think of the organization, I think back the last few years, and you guys obviously have taken a lot of shots. Patience has really paid off, and I know, because I know you well, and I know you're not somebody said who's going to go out and say, I told you so. But for those that have hung in there, they realize what this plan was all about.
Yeah, and I think we're just at the beginning, too. We hope to be in, you know, this position or in a good position in September for years to come. And patience is when you talk about patience by itself, it's misleading. Patience for us was about what we were focused on and what we believed we could make happen. So it made sense to be patient because we really believed there was opportunity in doing so.
And I thought you exhibited again, Dan and his staff, late July this year, when everybody always wants the hometown team, doesn't matter what city it is, to go and make a move, sometimes just for the sake of making a move to appease the media, to appease the fans. You didn't, and look how it's paid off for Franklin Morales and Ubaldo Jimenez, the two most prominent guys.
And that's something that Dan talks about often, especially with his experience in Cleveland, is, you know, when opportunity presents itself, knowing there's different situations, you want to make sure players are ready, but when opportunity presents itself, he likes to give opportunity to our players and our young guys, and certainly that was, these guys are taking advantage of it, and that was the idea in August. But, you know, again, back to doing the right thing. You always have a short-term issue or opportunity, and then long-term, someone's got to keep their eye on that. And I think Dan's done a great job balancing the two and always doing the right thing, trying to meet that balance.
Here's Tulowitzki with 2 outs, trying to knock in Yorvi Torrealba. First legitimate scoring threat of the game, scoreless, top of the 3rd.
Well, a lot of these kids, too, being touched, too, by the development department. Talking about Morales and we're talking about Jimenez, 2 young pitchers that stepped right in and did the job that they've done. You know, guys like Bo McLaughlin that had him down in AAA, down in AA, I should say Tulsa, that helped develop the mindset. The ability's always been there. But it's cleaning up a few things and getting them ready for this, what's happening to them right now.
And, you know, the development process is it's not just what happens in the minor league level. It's constant communication with who's coming and what they're looking at them in spring training, and then staying on top. Coaches talking to each other, major league coaches talking to minor league coaches. Clint stays in contact with our minor league staffs, and he knows how guys are doing, and they're constantly talking about the opportunity for these players and what they need to do to go to the next level. And I think these guys get a lot of support, and I think it's helped their development.
Here's the 1-2 down in the dirt. Interesting move by Loaiza a moment ago, George. I'm sure you noticed it. He moved Wilson Valdez about 5 steps from up the middle toward the first base side of the diamond, and then the next pitch was painted on the black.
Well, that's just a pitcher pitching to the defense, and if you take him and move him back up the middle, and I know that Dave Darris, who's their dugout coach, believes in pinching up the middle more than he does going into the hole. And you know, if Loaiza's going to stay outside with him the entire time in a bat, then he wants to make sure his defense set accordingly to the way he's going to pitch. He's won 1,200 games in the big league. I pitched over.
That'd be a lot.
That'd be a lot of games, wouldn't it? He'd be past Cy. He's won 125 games, pitched over 2,000 innings. So obviously he knows what his stuff's going to do, and he wants it set up accordingly.
Loaiza able to strike out Tulowitzki. We'll come back more with Kelly McGregor, president of the Rockies, in a moment. No score in Los Angeles.
We're not going to make it.
Can you get us to the airport in 15 minutes? Cheaper than a change fee if we miss our flight.
As with all airlines, it may cost more to rebook your flight, but on Southwest, we never charge an additional fee.
You are now free to move about the country.
Well, this heat's not letting up, folks, so you might want to get home with those air conditioners.
Hot day, grab the beer that starts out cold and ends up refreshing. Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Jumbo popcorn chicken, man.
I know, and with a little Chipotle dipping sauce.
Yeah.
And there's always this, ready?
I'm so bad at that, man.
Oh, it's easy, it's easy. It's all on the top.
Yeah.
That was a little errant.
I go through more chicken that way.
You know what? Why don't you just eat it instead of blatantly throwing them in my face?
You know.
Jumbo popcorn chicken. Now at Sonic. Portable all-white meat chicken with our new creamy Chipotle sauce or any of our other great sauces. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
Hi, I'm Drew Goodman. If you're putting off getting your transmission checked because you don't know whom to trust, an honest diagnosis is what you need. If your car is slipping, leaking, or making noise, call my friends at AMCO. Many of the cars serviced by AMCO centers don't need a new transmission, so call today. No scores. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Franklin Morales and Esteban Loaiza hooking up tonight. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Dodgers. Drew Goodman, George Frazier, joined by Kelly McGregor, the president of the Colorado Rockies. Not only is this weekend, and It was a huge weekend. By the way, the reason you're hearing an ovation in the background, a gentleman by the name of Richard Aller, who has worked for the Dodgers in concessions, I believe, for 48 years, is being honored because he's retiring at the end of the year. And there is Richard.
That's
and,
great.
There's Tommy. Is that Tommy?
No.
No, Tommy's supposed to be here tonight. He always is.
Speaking of Tommy Lasorda. Hey, by the way, this Friday night's going to be kind of special. Last firework night, huh?
You know, all weekend long. There's for those that are coming down, I'd encourage you to get there early. We've got fireworks Friday night. We've got the Hispanic Leadership Award that we're giving out on Saturday night, and then Sunday we've got Military Appreciation Day. But the whole weekend is fan appreciation focused, and obviously we got a lot of other things going on this year that's going to be exciting. But I would encourage those that are coming down, our will call lines could be long, to get there early. And if you don't have a ticket, come on down, enjoy the Lodo atmosphere and late September baseball. It should be a beautiful weekend.
You know, it's wild. It takes a lot to knock the Broncos off the front page of the sports section this time of year, and we're talking to an ex-Bronco, so you know how difficult that is.
Well, you know, this is, I tell you, baseball has a lot of special moments to it. Opening day is special, but pennant races and late September baseball, this has been, it's the best reality TV night after night. It's just been wonderful. And again, back to our young players and watching their development. You can do a lot of things in development, but the one thing you can't do is give them this kind of experience. It's been tremendous for them.
Well, you know, it's funny because Todd and I have been together 10 years here. And talking about health, and he walked by, and he doesn't have to say a lot. He just gave me a little fist bump, and he goes, now I know what you've been talking about. Because I was fortunate enough, 2 World Series and a playoff, and you know, and he goes, now I know what you mean. And this is the first time in this guy's career, really in September, that he's had this feeling. And that's really neat for me to see him, his intensity, what he's done, turned it up another notch, and I think it's helped lead these young kids too.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for him, and that's a good point. He's deserving, and he's really stepped up, and I know everybody in our organization is happy for him.
The 3-2 slowly hit the short. Tulowitzki has plenty of time.
Slowly making it up the line too, huh? Well, it's 90 feet. It's a long way. It's a long way, because then you got to run back.
I want to set up a race now. After watching Loiza go up the line, I want to see Frazier. You may be able to beat him down the line.
I got a chance.
Right
I
now,
got a chance.
You do have a shot.
Telling you. I got a shot at getting him. Are you kidding me? Come on.
We used to call that a burst of slow in football.
A burst of slow?
Yeah.
Yeah, a burst of release is what that used to be.
Don't
See
pull
you later.
Anything, yeah. 2 outs, Juan Pierre will come up. You made a good point, and it's one that we've talked quite a bit about the last couple of weeks. We all hope that this miracle continues, regardless of what transpires over the next 4 days. The experience of September baseball for the entire roster, but even more so for the 2 kids that you brought up in Morales and Jimenez, that's going to pay huge dividends in the coming months of next year.
Absolutely.
Much less the coming seasons.
Absolutely, and they're going to be able to pass this experience along to other young players as they come up. So I think in our entire development process, from really our whole organization, this is going to be incredible experience, and we'll continue to, as they have all September long, take it day by day.
Another major league record. Tulowitzki, all 3 chances there.
Tied it again.
Yeah, they did. Hey, Kelly, thanks very much. Continued success.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Kelly McGregor, president of the Colorado Rockies. No score. We'll come back. Top of the 4th up next.
It's a college football Saturday doubleheader on FSN and HD. The unstoppable Sooners open up their Big 12 season against rival Colorado. Plus, Oregon State looks to avenge last year's defeat as they take on Pac-10 foe UCLA. It's a college football Saturday doubleheader presented by Kyocera on FSN and HD.
It comes from stadium stairs at 5 in the morning. From suicides to your lungs scream uncle. And two-a-days when it's hot enough to fry an egg on your forehead. It's sweat. And there's more to sweat than just water. No wonder, no water, no flavored water No other sports drink on the planet helps put back what sweat takes out better than Gatorade.
September is Hispanic Heritage Awareness Month at Coors Field. For the 5th year, the Rockies will honor finalists for the Hispanic Adult Leadership Award throughout the month, with the winner announced prior to the Saturday, September 29th game. Also, we'll get a glimpse of our future leaders when we honor the winners of the 5th annual Youth Essay Contest. So get your tickets now for the Rockies and Diamondbacks game on September 29th, and you'll be helping us honor some very special leaders and future leaders of our community. Tonight's game sponsored by Fidelity Investments. Visit an agent today in Denver, Broomfield, or Lone Tree. No score in Los Angeles. There's been one hit in the ball game. LA owns that. Esteban Loaiza flashing back, George, to the 03-04 season when he was an all-star, first with the White Sox, and next season he split time between the White Sox and the Yankees. Did not perform well in a Yankee uniform. And Matt Holliday will lead it off.
Well, he tries to hide the ball really well. I mean, it's a big rock back with the upper body, a high leg kick, and then you don't see the arm get exposed out on the backside of the body, and then here it comes out over the top, almost a slingshot type delivery.
That's off the plate.
Right now, he's had a very consistent release point, and he's wore out the outer half. And he's gotten some calls from Marvin Hudson, but you know, if you're going to stay out there, and he knows you're going to stay out there, then he's going to stay out there with you. The only way you're not going to get a call is if the ball's down and out of the strike zone. Hey, by the way, Rockies fans, you know how you can change a kid's life, become a sports buddy. Learn more at DenverSportsBuddies.com. Freeway Ford proudly supports Sports Buddies. Check out the great deals at CheaperFords.com. Freeway Ford and Denver Sports Buddies. It's game time.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Loaiza's had outstanding control tonight. He has not left anything in the middle third of the plate. And this ball lined to right field. You stay out there, Holliday has no problem going the other direction. So Matt with a leadoff single, the Rockies' first hit of the ball game.
We're going to go back and look at the pattern that Loaiza has set in this ball game against left-handed power, and being Helton and Hop at first with Helton in the second inning. Everything down that outside corner. There's the late backdoor slider. Then comes right back to the same spot to get the strikeout. The first pitch to Hop, though, right out in the same area. Not moving an inch. I mean, he has been able to live on the outer half of that plate. And he goes right back out there again. First pitch to Helton, called a ball.
Well, Todd is the master of adjustments, and you saw how Loaiza worked him the first time. Let's see how he handles this at bat. He got a called strike 3 on Todd his first time up.
Yeah, see, that's just a straight fastball outside corner. The others have been a cutter or just kind of a backdoor slider. That hit by Holliday was the first hit the Rockies have had since the 3rd inning last night. And oh, by the way, that was Holliday also.
And this is fouled off 1 and 2. Derek Lowe, according to Grady Little, may have thrown his best game of the year last night. And of course, it came in a loss because Josh Fogg went unblemished for 6 2/3. And then Affeldt got the final out in the 7th. Fuentes a very good 8th, and Corpus a solid 9th.
See, even with a pitch inside, you saw Helton's backhand. I mean, every back elbow completely dropped close to the body, changed the angle of the bat. All he's trying to do with this ball is shoot it through the left side of the infield. Watch everything drop. See how close that elbow is to the body, and changing the plane of the bat and everything else, just trying to go to the opposite field.
Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Holliday is singled. Helton 6 for 10 in his career matchups with Esteban Loaiza. And Loaiza, for the 2nd time tonight, able to strike out Helton.
Yeah, you know what, though? That looked as if Todd was trying to jerk that pitch back up the middle. So this swing on a fastball away from him there just looked like, see how much of a hook top-hand swing that he had versus just trying to step out to the baseball. But it had late run and tilt. Remember, the other two pitches were sliders or late cutters to the outside corner. That had tail going the opposite direction. Sometimes you just tip your hat. I mean, that's all you can do.
Atkins walked in the second inning.
Yeah, remember, Holiday with 11 stolen bases. He's been caught 4 times.
And he started to go there. Loaiza, not all that quick to the plate.
There's so much American League stuff from where Loaiza was. There's, you don't see a lot of base stealers over there. So a lot of times pitchers who come from the American League have a little higher leg kick, slower delivery to the plate.
There's been only one native of Mexico that has won more games than Esteban Loaiza. And he's at the stadium tonight.
Yeah, let me guess. Is he sitting down here to the left somewhere?
Yes, he is. Fernando Valenzuela. Loaiza has won 125 ball games in the big leagues. This ball high in the air to left center field, pretty deep. Pierre going back. Pierre leaps. He can't get it. 2-run home run, Garrett Atkins. And the Rockies take a 2-0 lead in LA. First mistake made of the night by Loaiza. And Garrett Atkins makes him pay with his 25th of the year.
On a 2-0 count to Garrett Atkins, it's another new hero tonight, trying to go down and away a mistake to the middle of the plate. Atkins, he starts with that open stance, stayed open so he get good extension and clear the front side to drive this baseball. And very difficult in Dodger Stadium on cool nights to drive a ball that far into left center, but Atkins does it. 107 RBIs now. And the reason you're wondering why Holiday was waiting, because of Pierre's arm and 1 out, you would tag on that and go to second base.
And I'll tell you what, that was a dangerous moment, too, because
you can't pass him.
You can't pass him.
Well, you know what? If Atkins goes around first and he passes Holiday, that's a pretty big roadblock. You know, you stop and let the guy go on.
First time Glenn Allen Hill had to coach 2 guys coming at him at first base. RBIs 106 and 107 as Hop lifts one foul and out of play down the left field line. Somebody different every night. Garrett Atkins 3 for 20 on the road trip, no problem. He hits a big fly to left center to give his club a 2-0 lead in the 4th.
Loaiza 64 total pitches, 58% of those have been strikes.
He missed that time in the middle of the plate, and Hop was right on it. Brad has hit 28 home runs. He's second on the club to Holiday's 36. You know, this club does not sit around the clubhouse before the ball game gnashing their teeth going, oh man, all of a sudden we've won 10 in a row and we're right in the middle of this thing. They are a loose bunch, a very focused bunch when they get out on the field, obviously. But I think that looseness pays off every time 7:05 rolls around, or 7:10 as the case is here in Los Angeles.
The starting outfield, Holiday, Spielberg's, Hop really basically all started together, and Atkins along with that group.
This ball is hit deep center field. This got a chance to get out. Take a good look. You won't see that for long. 3-0 Colorado. Hop with his 29th. In virtually the same place.
Well, that ball hit about 35 feet farther than Atkins, but same direction. That ball went 15 to 20 rows up. Atkins barely was able to pass over the top of the wall, but that long swing and a lot of carry on the baseball by Brad Hop. Back to the center of the plate, back to bad results for Loaiza. Man, what some extension and power out of these two guys. sit down in the middle of this lineup and swing the bat.
Third home run, 7th RBI on the trip for Brad Hopp. And Spilborghs, that pitch was up all of a sudden. George Loaiza, who had just pinpoint control in the first 3 innings. He's leaving pitches up and out over the middle of the plate. That was a very hittable pitch, the first delivery to Spilborghs.
Well, I say this, when that starts to happen, whenever you start to doubt your ability, whenever you start to lose that command that you've had for so long in your career, you start to make mistakes, and guys like Hopp and Atkins make you pay for those mistakes. And you're not so confident to snap the slider off. You're not confident to run a pitch to a certain area because you haven't been able to do it as you did early in your career.
Two ones in there. It's 2-2. Rockies with 3 runs here in the 4th inning. Their first 3 hits of the ball game. A Holiday single, 2-run home run from Atkins, and a Hopp solo home run.
The New York Mets 4-10 in their last 14 ball games.
Well, they're trying to duplicate what the Cardinals did last year, I guess, huh, George? Play really lousy in late September, sneak into the playoffs, and then play well. Down low, 3-2.
They start planning your spring training for 2008. A wonderful trip out to Tucson, Arizona. For official Rockies spring training travel package information, visit ColoradoRockies.com/spring travel or call 1-800-892-7687.
Check swing, foul ball. It remains 3-2. Back-to-back jacks in the inning for the Rockies. 3rd time this year they've gone back-to-back. And Brad Hopp has been involved all 3 times. Now that's Garrett Atkins, but Hopp's been involved in all 3. And this ball is lined to fairly deep right field, but playable for Matt Kemp. That's the 2nd out of the inning. You get the Bronx cheer from the former Brooklynites.
Well, I tell you right now, they're not very happy with Loaiza. He was cruising along, getting ovations after every half inning, and then the base hit by Holiday, and a couple of big long fly balls to put the Rockies up 3-0, and all of a sudden the Boo Birds came out again.
And with last night's win, the Rockies have guaranteed themselves of doing something they've never done in their history. It's a week of firsts. Best record, obviously, at the end of the year for the Rockies. As their previous high was 83 wins, they have 86. Here's the 0-1. That's in their 0-2. They've never finished above the Dodgers in the standings, ever, in the National League West. This will be the first time in 15 years. 0-2, and this is hit up the middle for a base hit. So Torrealba reaches. And that'll bring up Franklin Morales.
Yeah, and he's happy right now. Franklin is, former outfielder, loves to swing the bat. Last time up, he had to sacrifice after a leadoff walk to Torrealba. Well, to 2 outs, he'll get to take some hacks. This sharp base hit right back up the middle, out of the reach of everybody. Who couldn't get there? Valdez couldn't. Couple of outs, and the way Morales is pitching right now, I mean, they're starting to wonder how long they can leave Loaiza out there. Stoltz has started to throw down in the bullpen for the Dodgers. The left-hander that was up and down numerous times this year. So starter in AAA with the Dodgers.
You want to talk unusual, George? The Giants come a-calling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Dodger Stadium, and that's normally an enormous series late in September with postseason ramifications, and it is absolutely meaningless for both clubs.
Barry Bonds, who played his last game last night for the Giants at home, played his last game period for the Giants. He will not dress this weekend. And, you know, I going to say it. I'm really disappointed that he's not in uniform the last 3 days of the season to finish out with his ball club.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy said that yesterday, that he's not going to play over the weekend, so he can just hang out at his house here in L.A. This is his off-season home.
It's not that hard to finish out the year with teammates that were the same guys high-fiving you at the plate when you broke all the home run records and hit home runs and drove in winning runs. It's not that hard, whether you play or not play, to show up and be a part of all that.
Here's the 2-1, and that's in there. 2-2 on Franklin. Now you can tell he loves to hit. You got to watch him take BP. Like begging Alan Cockrell for extra swings. This ball pulled through the hole, base hit. So the Rockies may not be done here in the 4th inning. 3 already across, 5 hits now in the inning against Loaiza, who did not give up a hit in his first 3 innings.
Remember,
that's it. Here comes Grady Little.
Well, the Rockies put 6 on the board on 7 hits with Derek Lowe, and then now Grady Little has seen enough. His ball club trails 3-0. They've been out hit 5-1. And Loaiza will depart. And the left-hander, the young lefty, Mr. Stoltz, is on his way in from the outfield.
Came into the inning with a no-hitter, and he cannot finish the 4th. 3-0 Colorado.
Of all the people in the world, there's only one you, and you relate to the world in your own way. The information you gather, the stories you share, the connections you make. Quest connects you to what matters, your way. We help you build a customized bundle with the quality services you need at a price that's right for you. Consider a bundle with a local phone package and broadband for as low as $57 a month. Call today for a free account review. Let us help you build your bundle. That's our spirit of service.
Changing, yeah, everything's changing. But I'm through with all this changing. I like the way I'm living, and I got my reasons why. And I'm not gonna go changing, no. I'm not
Coors, the banquet beer.
And I don't know, is this the part where you let go? Is this the part where you find out and then?
When it's people who do the right thing, they call it being responsible. When it's an insurance company, they call it Liberty Mutual. Responsibility. What's your policy? Liberty Mutual.
I'm on the 415. Let's see what kind of plane you'll be on today.
Step over there and spin that wheel. Come on.
Come on, big plane.
Woo, big plane, big plane, big plane. Big plane, big plane, big plane. No. Small plane.
On Southwest Airlines, you'll never fly in a small plane. We guarantee every seat on every flight is on a big, comfortable Boeing 737.
You are now free to move about the country.
Rockies leading 3-0. 2-run home run from Atkins this inning, and Brad Hopp right behind him with a solo shot. 2 outs, 2 on in the 4th. Tonight's call to the bullpen is brought to you by Comcast Digital Home Phone Service. Warm up to unlimited local and long distance. Call 1-800-COMCAST. Eric Stoltz takes over. And with 2 outs, he'll face Kaz Matsui.
1-3 on the year with a .513 earned run average at the big league level. Not particularly an overpowering fastball. It'll be 86 to 89. Likes to sink the ball down and away to the right-handed hitters. Induce a lot of ground ball outs. Curveball, kind of mixed slider. Change up. He's given up a lot of home runs, though. 4 home runs and not a whole lot of innings.
One ball, 1 strike. Talking to Todd Helton about his days in '95 playing in Maui with Kaz Matsui. That's where they first met, playing winter ball in Maui. And he said even though there was the language barrier, he said they hung around, did everything together. They played video games, off time, and they really forged a very nice friendship that obviously continues to this day. It's in there for a strike, 1-2. You also said Kaz back then, George, was much thicker. And you know how put together Kaz is right now. But he power lifted back then.
Well, the thing with Kaz, he had a lot of home runs there. Here he came here to utilize his speed, too. Now, speed was the biggest factor for him when he came to the United States as being an asset for a ball club.
That'll end the inning, but it was a productive one for the Rockies. They scored 3 times. Garrett Atkins gets them on the board after a Holiday single with a home run to left center, and then Brad Hopp, no question about it, deep to left center. 3-0 Colorado.
Hear about Fensky? No. Got hurt, missed work. Thought his major medical was enough. Poor guy. Didn't have Aflac.
What does Aflac do?
Let's say this is major medical, right? Well, see the hole? That's where Aflac comes in. Helps pay for groceries, rent, all kinds of bills. Major medical? Poor Fensky. He thought he had enough coverage.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
It was too graphic for the kids, so I'm going to have to block you.
You know, I got to make this up.
That's really not necessary.
This is Vinny's watch.
Luck is a one-time thing. It blows in and out with the wind. But there is a power greater than luck. Fortune. If luck is a day of fun, Fortune is a jackpot. Fortune is an all-you-can-eat buffet. And Fortune is a night of fun, too. Don't settle for luck. Come to where Fortune lives. Fortune Valley Hotel and Casino, where Fortune lives. Our Ultimate Football Challenge is your ultimate payout.
At Lithia Dodge of Cherry Creek, record rebates, huge Cherry Creek discounts, and our final 07 closeout make this the best time to buy your new Dodge. Like this brand new loaded up 07 SLT 4-wheel drive, sticker price $30,455. You pay $19,955. Or our best sellers, the 2007 Dodge Quad Cab 4-wheel drive SLT, your choice of color, $21,905, and that includes a lifetime powertrain warranty. This sale absolutely ends Saturday at 9 p.m. Hurry to 2727 South Havana, because when they're gone, they're gone.
Diamondbacks manager Bob Melvin told Micah Owings at breakfast today he'd start this afternoon in Pittsburgh. Not only did he get the win, he went 4 for 4 and knocked in 3. And the Diamondbacks win at 8-0. They come to town this weekend, Drew, as everyone knows, atop the NL West now at 89-70.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. Huge day for Micah Owings. Rockies up 3-0. Brad Hopp, Garrett Atkins, home runs last inning. Our Aflac trivia question. The Rockies are 5-0 on their current 6-game road trip. What's the best they've finished on a trip that took them at least to 2 cities? Delwyn Young out of the 2-hole will lead off against Franklin Morales, the only base runner for the Dodgers in the first 3 innings. Andy LaRoche, a single in the second with 2 outs. Look at that curveball. That thing started at the Rockies' dugout. made a hard right turn, caught the outside corner.
When you drop your elbow and you let the arm relax, but you finish out front, you can create a very big break on the baseball.
And it's 0-2. George, the Marlins did it again, by the way, to the Cubs, 6-4. That's 10 straight losses the Cubs have suffered to the hands of the Florida Marlins. Talk about having somebody's number. 0-2, big curveball, and that misses. 1-2. Young pulls it to short.
Well, actually got him to chase a bad pitch. That ball was up out of the strike zone. Young went at it. Good for Morales. I mean, aggressive young hitter with an easy ground ball to the wrong guy, Tulowitzki.
Yep, 4 straight chances for Troy Tulowitzki. Matt Kemp will come up with one out. Let's show you the updated division races. The Mets have been caught by the Phils. Remember what Jimmy Rollins said at the start of the year? We're the team to beat. Well, right now they may be in the East. Cubs lead the Brewers by 1.5 games. And then the logjam in the West involving the D-backs, Padres, and Rockies. And a curveball, strike one.
Well, it's a smart move by Torrealba. I mean, instead of allowing these young guys to time the fastball, now second time through this lineup, all of a sudden start them out with a slow hook. Put it in their minds, have their mindset to think, is it going to be a curveball? Is it going to be a fastball? Another slow hook, tough call from Tulowitzki, not going to be able to do it barehanded.
Atkins gave way to Tulowitzki. And that was going to be a tough chance either way. Once it went past Morales, it became real difficult because Kemp runs very well.
He does run very well, and it looked to appear off of the bat, first hop got it past Morales, and then it just died. It didn't pick up top spin momentum like you think it would. The only thing that Tulowitzki do is try to barehand it, spread the fingers out, hope you're able to engulf the baseball. You can't do it. Pops out of it as it's got to all happen in one motion.
Well, that'll bring up James Loney. Loney hit a comebacker his first time up. That was in the second. 442 averages last 15, and he hangs in there against lefties and righties.
That'll wake you up. That'll make you not want to hang in on lefties at 93. And I mean, because Morales works quick with his body, if you watch how he throws, I mean, he's a guy that jabs it down, and then the arm gets up very quick, and it comes right at you. See how slow, and then here it comes. And then you got to have that really fast reaction on the baseball. And we're fortunate that time, able to get out of the way.
And the chin-high fastball's fouled off by Loney.
Well, Loney's one of those guys that can hit mistakes and hit them with authority. As quick as Morales' arm is, he's that quick to the plate, too, with the bat. I mean, it doesn't have to get deep in on him. He's a guy that handles left-handers very well.
I know we've been bragging on him, but his numbers suggest we should brag on him. 335 against righties, 337 against lefties. How about that consistency? 1 ball and 1 strike. Kemp at first, 3-0 Rockies. That's a strike.
Great job by Torrealba. They just said slow down, do everything back. Don't get too big of a rush. Allow your arm to catch up with the body, and then make the snap throw.
Thinking curveball here, Frage. Left it up a little bit, and a long run for Spilborghs. He lays out, can't make the catch, and it gets away. Kemp's going to be able to score. Loney's going to wind up at third base, and it's 3-1. Spilborghs laid out. He got leather on it, couldn't squeeze it. A triple for James Loney, his 4th of the year.
You know what, when you're throwing curveball after curveball for strikes, you know, and you've only given up 1 hit prior to this inning, and you had really total domination of a team, this game can humble you pretty quickly, because this was a hanging curveball that Spilborghs laid out to try to get to. And I mean, here's a great shot of it. I mean, it's right off the end of the glove, almost hung onto by Spilborghs. And it was not the 4th triple of the year. And it also drives in a run, the first of the ball game for the Dodgers, his 64th.
Here's Russell Martin, a notorious first pitch swinger, and he misses that. It's 0-1. That ends the streak at 20 1/3 shutout innings for Franklin Morales. It is a team record. Denny Nagel had gone 20 innings of shutout baseball.
And what I'm talking about with Franklin, a lot of times you start to get arrogant, a little too cocky on the mound, and you think all you have to do is spin it. And every pitch at the big league level has to have a purpose behind it. And for you to finish this off, because he's a strikeout pitcher, he has an opportunity to work his way out of this inning and not give up the run at third. It'll be hard because there's only 1 out and a very good hitter at the plate. The leading RBI guy in his club with 85. Russell Martin.
Ground ball is going to get the run in. So now the Dodgers are within 1. 86th RBI for Russell Martin.
Third baseman, number 10,
Andy LaRoche.
Andy LaRoche, 2 outs, nobody on. (3-2) Colorado. 93-mile-an-hour fastball up and away, swung on and missed.
A lot of times you look in from our center field camera, you'll see Torey Alba, and you'll see him look to the mound, and he'll shake his mask. He's not, what he's asking him to do, and if you notice when he shakes his mask, he's not giving any signs. He's just asking Morales to shake his head no, to try to make the hitter think he's going in another direction than what he's going with.
At the knees, good pitch, 1-2.
You know, like 1-2 count right now. Right now, as he looks in, sometimes, you know, Torey Alba might shake then because, it, you know, 1-2 count, it typically at times is something off speed and having go right back. There goes Heater, punches him out. He gets to grab some pine. The Rockies get to swing the bat.
Dodgers come up with a couple of runs. Kemp and Loney involved. It is 3-2.
In business, time is of the essence. To stay competitive, you need to get more out of finite resources. Qwest provides tailored network data and voice solutions. Because when networks are optimized, your business can flourish. Get Qwest. Get nimble. The choice of 95% of Fortune 500 companies.
Today, I'm gonna be in a car accident.
My accident will be the reason everyone's late to work.
In 20 minutes, I will be in a 3-car collision.
Right at the end of the street, I will get hit by someone who runs the light.
Come on, kids.
Engineering safety into every car we build. Feel the reassurance of driving an Audi. Visit your local Audi dealer today.
Right now, the wild card race is on fire.
A game for the ages.
Who's going to do it?
Can you believe this team?
Well, time is running out and October's getting close.
The Phillies have won it. Tigers win.
And not everyone is invited.
Unbelievable.
You think these guys don't know that?
What a wild ride.
When the music stops, you better have a seat.
The magical season continues.
There's only one postseason. There's only one fall classic. There's only one October.
This week, Fox NFL Sunday returns as Mark Bolger and the Rams look for their first win of the season as they take on Terrell Owens and the unbeaten Cowboys. Or it's the Seahawks and Niners. Check your local listings for the action in your area. Our coverage begins with the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show at 10 in the morning, only on Fox.
You see Apodaca talking to him about slow the body down, allow yourself to get there. And you know, again, whenever you got a left on left, and Drew mentioned the numbers, obviously. Loney's a guy that can handle left-handers.
It's only third hit he's allowed all year against lefties.
But, with this nasty and late movement he has on his fastball, you wonder at times why you want to slow the ball down and a chance for a mistake with something soft and leave it up into the zone versus rear back heat. You know, I mean, it's easy to look back at it now because we sit up here and look at it on this side of it. We just buzzed him up around the letters. Now, if you make a nasty curveball pitch, obviously you got a lot better results than you do on a hanger.
And you know what? That was the first time he hung a breaking pitch the whole ball game. Now you give Loney credit, George. He's a guy that does not miss mistakes.
He can hit.
He can flat out rake.
Well, one thing the Rockies offense has been able to do all year long, when they punch and they get counter-punched, they're able to come right back at you. They've been able to do that, particularly this last 10-game win streak that they have been on.
How about this road trip? 63 innings on this road trip. They have trailed in only one of those 63 innings.
That is very impressive.
Trying to build on a 3-2 lead here in the fifth. 1-2 on Tulowitzki. And this is in the air to center field. Here comes Pierre, and he'll make the catch. Tulowitzki retired. That'll bring up Matt Holliday. Again, our Aflac trivia question. The Rockies 5-0 on their current 6-game trip. What's the best they've ever finished on a trip in which they played in at least 2 cities? 5-1 3 times. Most recently, when they turned their season around in late May. Took 2 of 3 in Arizona and then swept the Giants up north. And Nat takes a strike. It's 1-1. Holliday lined a single to right beginning the 4th inning. After Helton struck out, Atkins hit a 2-run home run and then Hop a solo home run. Eric Stoltz in relief of Esteban Loaiza.
Well, more than likely, his last inning of work, he'll hit 3rd in the 5th. They still trail by 1. He was thinking about trying to get 3 outs and give his club an opportunity.
And this ball is lined to right. Here comes Kent, and he's going to get there.
First baseman, number 17, Todd Helton.
Helton will be next to face the Indiana native, Eric Stoltz. Went to small Bethel College in Indiana. Was a pitcher and a center fielder and also played basketball there.
One of those small colleges, it gave him an opportunity to play more than one sport. He's a very good athlete.
15th round selection in the 0-2 draft. And he falls behind 2-0. .3-0 on Helton with Atkins on deck.
Pretty good job that time by Martin on a 3-1 count. I liked what he did. He just pulled the ball up to the center of the body when he received it. He didn't try to reach out and hold it. He gathered it to the middle. Fastball away again to Helton on a 3-1 count.
And Todd hits this in the air to deep center field. Pierre will get back and make the catch. So Stoltz works a 1-2-3 fifth. We go to the bottom half of inning number 5. Colorado leading the Dodgers 3-2.
CU football isn't just a game, it's an event. FSN is live from Folsom Field as the Buffs host Oklahoma in their first Big 12 game of the season. FSN Live, CU pregame, Saturday at 10:30 on FSN.
Want to get away? Now you can. Starting November 4th, fly Southwest Airlines' new nonstop service from Denver to Amarillo or Albuquerque for $49 or Austin for $79.
You are now free to move about the country.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on all 2007 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cabs.
Chevy, made for Colorado.
How can you not want to?
I mean, if we don't do this now, when are we gonna do it?
I know you want to. It's not like the world's gonna end or anything like that.
What's stopping us? I guess I could make a couple of calls, move some things around.
I guess a couple of extra days wouldn't hurt. Let's stay.
We're staying. It's gonna be great.
I'm calling the office tomorrow.
Really? You think they'd even miss us?
Not for a couple of days.
Update time. Padres wrapping up the season in Milwaukee with 4. And Khalil Green and the boys did a job tonight, winning 9-5 over the Brewers. There's your updated NL wildcard standings as San Diego gets a big win. Get it back out to L.A.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. You remember the injury to Milton Bradley, Scott Hairston in that game, who's replaced Milton Bradley. A couple of hits, and he drove in 3 runs to lead the offense for the Padres. The D-backs, Padres, Rockies, 2.5 games separating them in the West, pending the outcome of this one. And that's a nice drag bunt attempt, but Valdez hit a bullet at Helton. Seen guys not hit the ball that hard when they square it up with a full swing.
Well, he does do this. How about that? Here, I bunt for a base hit, and it's a hard one. Hopper. Helton says, I got it covered. Guess what? Through 4 innings, Franklin Morales has thrown a total of 12 balls. Think about that. And they talked about command at the minor league level was not his forte. Through 4 innings, 49, now make that 50 pitches. He's 13 of 16 first pitch strikes.
Chin Lung Hu takes ball 1. He grounded to short his first time up. Olmeda Signs has come out in the on-deck circle for Grady Little. We're listening to some of the comments from Grady Little after the last couple of ball games, going all the way back to when the Rockies swept the Dodgers in Denver in 4 encounters. He cannot wait for this season to be over, and there's a whole lot of guys, I think, in his clubhouse that would second that emotion. 1-1, ground ball right side. Kaz Matsui, 2 outs. He's got to be careful here with Signs.
Well, that's why he's going up right now. He's the one guy they could take a shot from the right side.
Attention, please.
At this point in the game, not only for the base hit, but the long ball. He's hit 2 as a pinch hitter this year.
Last night, George, may have been a first for Olmedo. He had an infield hit.
Swinging bunt hit in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
One of Signs' 4 home runs came against the Rockies. It came against Jeff Francis. Broke up a shutout Francis had last week in Denver. If you have a break in your windshield, take it to Elite Auto Glass, #1 for more than one reason. 2-0 on Signs. Batting for Stoltz here in the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs on 5 hits for Colorado. A couple of runs on just 3 hits for the Dodgers. 2 of the 3 hits barely left the infield for LA. And that's a strike, about a letter high. 2-1. On the ground toward Tulowitzki, comes up with it, and another one for his highlight reel. Routine, though, wasn't it? He is unbelievable as he gets the glove 5 from Franklin Morales. Special, special player.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
At Lithia Dodge of Cherry Creek, record rebates, huge Cherry Creek discounts, and our final 07 closeout make this the best time to buy your new Dodge. Like this brand new loaded up 07, SLT 4-wheel drive, sticker price $30,455, you pay $19,955, or our best sellers, the 2007 Dodge Quad Cab 4-wheel drive SLT, your choice of color, $21,905, and that includes a lifetime powertrain warranty. This sale absolutely ends Saturday at 9 p.m. Hurry to 2727 South Havana, because when they're gone, they're gone.
Every day, thousands of car shoppers use vhix.com to choose their next car. Because our video buying guides include J.D. Power & Associates ratings of everything from handling to cargo space. So for advice you can trust, do what thousands of car shoppers do. Look on vhix.com. Click autos on comcast.net.
Only on FSN.
This is worthy of a couple of more looks. Omeda signs against Franklin Morales, and watch Tulowitzki.
Well, obviously he gets to the baseball and catches it with that slide dive into then a tremendous balance and then just arm strength to first base. It's amazing to watch. Look at the hand go down, the bare hand to brace himself, to help push himself right back up again, and then back to the very balanced, strong throwing point. He is something else. Rudy Cianez will come on now to pitch for the Los Angeles Dodgers. The heroes hitting-wise so far in this ball game, Atkins and Hop will start it off here in the 6th.
Garrett a walk and a 2-run home run. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST and warm up to unlimited local and long distance. First pitch out of the strike zone.
72nd appearance so far for Rudy. God, has gone through numerous surgeries. Continues to have pretty good fastball, though. He'll run it up to 92, 93 still. Has learned to pitch a little bit more. His velocity has dropped off. Hard slider. Not afraid to pitch in, not afraid to run a hard sinker down and in. Well, don't forget about the fantasy camp that comes up in January. It starts January 29th through February the 2nd, 2008. You can call now for your brochure, 303-312-CAMP, or just go online to ColoradoRockies.com to register for your spot on the roster.
2 balls and a strike on Atkins. And that's in there, 2-2. Rudy's numbers this year, 72nd appearance. He's always had that strikeout ability.
Yeah, he has, and a 6-3 overall record. He's a guy you put into the game in this area. He gives up a leadoff single to Atkins, because typically he can holds the opposition where they are, and it gives your offense a chance to get back into the ball game. That's why he's picked up 6 wins coming out of the bullpen.
Coors Light, cold blast. Well, the Rockies, 2 cold blasts in this ball game. Atkins, a 2-run shot, and then right behind him, Brad Hopp goes even deeper to left center field. For Hopp, his 29th of the year. And here's Brad at the plate as the Rockies are trying to increase their 1-run lead. And this ball pulled in the hole, base hit. Atkins will go to second. He'll stop there. Back-to-back knocks to start the 6th inning against Rudy Cianez.
Now trying to attack early. They don't want to get too deep into a count on Cianez, because typically he has the strikeout, swing and miss pitch. 72 punch-outs and 74 in the 3rd innings.
And Ryan Spilborghs, he grew up in Santa Barbara and went to college in his hometown at UCSB, north of here. Strikeout, a fly ball to right field. pull the trigger, it's 1-1. This is how lost the season has become for the Dodgers and their faithful. They're doing the wave, George, and that's giving them far more entertainment than their ball club has the last couple of weeks.
Yes, it has. This club, a great article today in the paper with Vince Scully when he just said, you know, this is a club you got very excited about and a club that fell apart.
Two balls and a strike. This stays fair, it's a hit, it will. Infield single to load him up. So the bases are drunk now for Yorvik Torrealba.
How about the bottom half of the lineup? Why this club has played well. Torrealba with big hits. Sullivan and Spielborgs, the duo in center field, has done a very nice job. When you start to look at 6, 7, and 8, of course, Hopp's carried a big load. 108 RBIs for Hopp, but here's a chance for Torrealba with the bases loaded.
And it's a real big at bat for Torrealba in that he's hitting out of the 8-hole. Morales is behind him. Now Franklin swings the bat pretty well. He had a base hit last time up. But the Rockies, bases loaded, nobody out. He'd love to pick up a couple more here. And this will get at least one done. Deep center field. Pierre going back will make the catch. Garrett Atkins can trot home. Moving to third base is Hopp. Sacrifice fly from Torrealba's 46th RBI, and the Rockies lead it 4-2. Nice piece of hitting there from the Rockies catcher.
Franklin Morales.
Good base running also by Hopp. Morales ripped the ball through the right side his first time up.
Now they're playing for a bunt. I would expect that to try to advance. And Spielborg's in a scoring position, and Matsui with a couple of outs versus hitting into a double play ball.
See if the bunt's still on here with one strike. That's what Cianez is trying to figure out.
Yeah,
and if it is, Morales didn't give it up early.
He did a good job just keeping his composure at the plate. Didn't show bunt.
One of those small things that sometimes goes unnoticed. And Morales is swinging. And it's high and outside, 1-1.
It changes with every single pitch to what Clint Hurdle may do with it.
One and two. Hopp at third, Spielborgs at first. 4-2 Colorado. Good eye by Morales. 2-2.
Look at the bottom of that lineup. Earlier talking about it, 5 through 9, 7 for 10.
Strike three. So Morales caught looking. And that is out number 2. It'll be left to Kaz Matsui.
Second baseman, Kaz Matsui.
Matsui's 0 for 3 in the game. His 2 at-bats lefty, 1 at-bat righty. His last at-bat came against Stoltz, and now flipped back to the left side. Kaz has 36 RBIs. Exactly half have come with 2 outs. He's a .400 hitter. with runners in scoring position and 2 outs.
See, the other day they tried to throw something down and into him, and that just played right into it, and he was able to jerk it to the right side for a base hit with 2 outs.
There's only 2 guys in the National League hitting better with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Two-strike count on Matsui. And this is chipped foul. Kaz Matsui, 7 times an All-Star in Japan.
Yeah, a 7-time member of Japan's best 9. Top 9 players in their league. That's pretty impressive, 97 to 03.
0-2 again, back up the middle, hits the umpire, a break for the Rockies. That'll score a run, Spilborghs to third. That ball, in all likelihood, was going to be fielded by Wilson Valdez. And Grady Little's running out there. I don't know what his argument is. The umpire's part of the field of play.
Absolutely he is. And you know what? Jerry tried to get out of the way of it. Jerry Lane, the second base umpire.
I mean, Grady obviously upset, but what could the argument be?
I think he's upset with the fact that you really try to get out of the way of it. And I think he said, yeah, I'm trying to get out of the way of it.
We have some lip readers in our truck, and they think when Grady was running out, George, he was wondering if the ball ricocheted and then hit Spilborghs, which would be an out. Now the umpires are going to get together.
Yeah, let's see this a minute right here. No, it's not even close. It's like 5 feet away from it. Ball's already out into the outfield. I mean, one thing about it, he is not going to be able, Jerry Lane's not going to be able to see it. Well, wait a second, I guess.
Well, what's going on now?
Something Ed Montague is going to explain it all.
Now they're bringing Spilborghs back to second base. And whatever the explanation is to Clint Hurdle, it is satisfactory. The run does score.
Well, now Grady Little's
5-2.
Grady Little's coming back out again. He wants an explanation or something here. See, well, they are going to put Hop back out again. Wow. All right. I thought the ball was still alive. I didn't know it must become a dead ball. My bad. You can make some erasing here now. Put Hop back out with the bases loaded. He's at third. Spilborghs at second.
So he can't advance at all, evidently.
Yeah, evidently he can't. I thought the umpire in the field of play, obviously you continue to play the baseball. I didn't know everything stopped right there. That's probably what Grady Little's arguing about. Hey, everybody's got to go back again. Isn't it dead ball? Well, obviously it is. Bases loaded. Great chance for Tulowitzki.
Yeah. And now here comes Grady Little again. And he wants somebody else to face Tulowitzki.
Scott Proctor's been warming up. He wants a guy that can come in and punch some people out. Signs with a couple of outs here and the bases loaded. He doesn't feel comfortable with him. So Proctor's going to come into this ball game. Well, you learn something new every night at the ball yard. I just learned something new. I thought the ball stayed in play and it continued to play when it hit off the umpire. Obviously dead ball.
We both learned something new. 4-2 Colorado.
Did you just double dip?
You know it.
Pizza Hut's Dippin' Strips Pizza. Designed with 16 strips, custom made for dipping, and 3 tasty sauces. Get a 1 topping for just $9.99 from America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut, now online.
Brian's profile definitely jumped out at me, and I was excited to get to know this person better.
Every year, thousands of singles like Amy and Brian get matched on eHarmony.com.
And, you know, we were matched on as many compatibility levels as we could.
Aren't you curious to see who you're compatible with?
I think it's extremely important to be open-minded to every single match that you get, and you could find the love of your life.
Log on to eHarmony.com today and review your matches absolutely free.
Hi, I'm Keith Hernandez.
And I'm Walt Clyde Frazier.
What a marvelous night for the action.
Let's go to the play-by-play.
Oh, there's Mr. Graybeard approaching Miss Hottie. Oh, no.
Rejected.
Clyde, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, no play for Mr. Gray. Get that man our Just for Men Brush In Color Gel.
It's specially formulated to penetrate coarse facial hair and gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes.
Home run! Another win with Just for Men.
Want a big eat for a tiny price? That's huge. Tackle your hunger with the Pizza Hut Pizzone. Over 1 pound of cheese and toppings for just $5.99 or 2 for $10.99. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
Well, the Rockies have them loaded up again. They have 1 run in the inning on the sac fly from Yorvi Torrealba. It'll come down to a matchup between Scott Proctor, who came over from the Yankees earlier this year, against Troy Tulowitzki, who's 0 for 3 in the game.
The 29th game for him to appear in a Dodger uniform. 6 holes overall, 303 average, 26 punch-outs. Throws hard, 94 to 97 mile-an-hour fastball. Got a good slider to go right along with it.
And he's done a great job in a setup role, kind of bridging on the plus side generally to Jonathan Broxton and then Saito. High ball 1 on Tulowitzki. The good news for the Rockies is they've gotten a look at Proctor several times in the last week.
They have gotten a look at him, and I think the guy in the on-deck circle can't wait to get another look at him, and Matt Holliday after being hit the other night.
That's exactly where I was going. Here's the 1-0. Hard on the ground, and Valdez comes up with it. And he slips, and at first, out. Wow. Bang, bang at first, and Valdez, who slipped on the outfield grass, just did get Troy Tulowitzki. Well, the Rockies, with a ton of traffic, they produce a single run. They're up 4-2.
If you're looking for the hottest vehicles on the road, it's time to think Hyundai. If you're looking for 5-star safety-rated, fuel-efficient, award-winning vehicles, it's time to think Hyundai. If you're looking for 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty protection in vehicles that cost thousands less than their competition, it's time to think Hyundai. Like the Hyundai Santa Fe, named a top safety pick by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. And for a limited time, get $2,000 cash back on an 08 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Colorado Hyundai dealers today. Because whether it's for work or play, it's time to think Hyundai.
Get a suit that fits. Men's Warehouse has suits starting at only $200. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
When work, school, and autumn activities leave no time to cook, come to KFC for a 10-piece double mash meal. 10 pieces of chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 5 biscuits, just $16.99. And while you're there, pick up a famous bowl, now at KFC.
There are no better fans than Rockies fans, so when you go to the game in 2007, go ready. The best place to get ready is your local Colorado Rockies dugout store. All the styles for the whole family. In 2007, we want you to make Coors Field the biggest home field advantage in baseball. The Colorado Rockies dugout store. Wear the team.
Troy Tulowitzki out on a bang-bang play at first. 4-2 Colorado. Earlier, we were talking about the Milwaukee loss to the Padres 6-4. Ryan Braun hit another home run, but there's more to that story. Braun in that ball game made 3 errors.
Milwaukee made 5 as a team.
5 as a team. Fielder made 1 as well. And 3 of the 8 runs they allowed were unearned. Juan Pierre will lead things off against Franklin Morales in the bottom of the 6th. And Pierre with a base hit.
The Rockies got double barrel action down in their bullpen right now. Spire and Affel.
That's just the 4th hit allowed by Morales. He has not walked a hitter. Two of the 4 hits not hit exceptionally hard. Sticky part of the order. Delwyn Young, 0 for 2. Behind him, Matt Kemp and James Loney, 2 leading hitters on the Dodgers. Morales has to compose himself now. Missed badly there, 1-0. You know what's interesting about that play, George, the ground ball that hit off Jerry Lane. I'm not entirely sure Jerry Lane remembered the rule.
I just heard something on the intercom here a minute ago by the official scorer, made the comment that once it passed the pitcher's mound. I don't know what that has to do with it. I just thought being in field of play, everything would be live and well, and it all start going. And Grady went out. Obviously, one thing a manager is not just about managing the team. They also are very well versed in the rules of baseball. Carry and study.
And again, that's almost thrown away. That's twice. Is he focused too much on Pierre?
Well, probably. It's a 4-2 ball game right now. He's at the top of this order. Young has hit the ball well. He knows that Kemp's in the on-deck circle. His pitch count right now is only at 60. He's throwing strikes 72% of the time. And if you look at all those numbers on the board, it would tell you he's probably got pretty good command of this ball game right now. 13 of 16 first pitch strikes.
He's bothered by Pierre. So
yeah.
Pierre, mission accomplished right now at first base. Rockies are up 2. Franklin's got to focus on Young. There goes the runner. Here's the throw to second, and in there with a stolen base is Juan Pierre. 60-second bag for Pierre.
And a big jump. He timed down that move to the first base and then to the plate. Was able to get his leap. He noticed something in the leg kick that either said when it's higher, he's going to the plate. When a little bit lower, maybe a little more hip turn to the backside, he's going to the plate. Pierre got a read and a stolen base on it. Second in the National League right now with 62. Reyes leads it with 78.
That's high, 2-1. So much focus, George, in baseball in the 9th inning. Sometimes what happens in the 1st inning. I think one of the big swing innings is that 6th inning.
Well, it is. That's that 3rd time through the lineup. That's why it's such a huge swing for a lot of young pitchers. You work into that 3rd time, and do you stay with the same patterns? Do you try to change things? It's 3rd look at you. It might be the 8th or 9th pitch that they've seen from you, and they make those adjustments too. As a pitcher that survives in the big leagues, you learn to make those adjustments with them. Clint Hurdle, Bob Apodaca, tough decisions. You got a guy that's only given up 4 hits in the game and really dominated almost every part of this lineup.
Ball 4, and now there are 2 on for Matt Kemp. And I would imagine Bob Apodaca, I'm just guessing, would come out, try to calm down Franklin Morales. Maybe not Bob Apodaca. Here comes Clint Hurdle. And that's going to be all for Morales.
Now bring in the right-hander Spire from that odd delivery to Kemp.
So Morales goes 5+, 4-2 Colorado. Here comes Spire.
Not all the energy for our fuel comes from oil in the ground. A lot of it comes from our people, who year in and year out put so much of their energy into everything they do. So you can be sure that when you put Valero gas into your tank, you're going to get a lot out of it. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
It comes from stadium stares at 5 in the morning, from suicides to your lungs scream uncle, and two-a-days when it's hot enough to fry an egg on your forehead. It's sweat, and there's more to sweat than just water. No wonder, no water, no flavored water, no other sports drink on the planet helps put back what sweat takes out better than Gatorade.
Over 700,000 Coloradans live with the constant worry of being uninsured. Thankfully, community health centers stand ready, acting as a safety net to provide crucial services. Hi, I'm Carl Mecklenburg, supporting Metro Community Provider Network and all Colorado community health centers, celebrating National Health Center Week, August 5th through 11th. Join me in applauding the work done by these important CHCs, and I encourage all Coloradans to support the safety net.
Sponsored by Complete Business Systems.
Rockies ahead 4-2, but they're in a little bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 on, nobody out. Morales has been removed. And Ryan Spire, who has been magical in his last 2 outings, working out of heavy traffic situations, will be asked to do it again.
Well, that's the key. He set the saves record in Tulsa. He's very efficient this year in Colorado Springs. The more the pressure, the better he has pitched. Well, he's got pressure. It's a 2-run lead, nobody out. And a guy that swings the bat at home plate in Matt Kemp with 10 home runs, 40 RBIs. Naturally, his strikeout's wonderful. Get him to roll over, try to get the double play ball. Affeldt continues to throw in the bullpen, joined by Jorge Julio now.
Strike 1 on Matt Kemp. Loney's on deck, and then Martin, the 3 premier hitters right now for the Dodgers. All in succession. Juan Pierre got it going with a line drive base hit to left.
And disturbed Morales with the stolen base, too. It took away his focus on Young.
That was really where somebody needed to come over and get Franklin refocused on getting the guy at the plate.
And I've never really understood that. A lot of times, you know, as a pitcher, particularly young guys, they continue to call fastballs. And you just try to throw it harder with no more control of your body and your arm, and you're frustrated, you're mad, and you're cruising along with a 4-2 lead. Next thing you know, you got the winning run at the plate, and you're out of the ball game. Call the curveball, call the changeup. Good idea. Get him to slow everything down. Get the arm back in the right slot a little bit.
One and 2 on Matt Kemp. Got him on a slider. Big strikeout there from Ryan Spire.
See, now Clint's down there. I mean, after that big strikeout right here, and this is a nasty wiffle ball slider. Look at the bail and buckle by Kemp to get the strikeout. Now Clint goes out. You go out and get Affeldt, and you bring him in, and Spire's done his job. And again, Morales got that first punch out. That's what he's looking for, help from the bullpen to complete this inning, what he couldn't do. But Spire, again, tight situation, outstanding job. Affeldt's coming in. He's going to try to get after the Dodgers and flip this thing.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, They're called Marines.
Oh, can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe we're doing this. Can't believe I'm doing this. What do you think?
Okay. We'll stay another day.
Can't believe I'm doing this.
At Dell, we believe the 25 million small businesses in America deserve something more. So we're introducing Dell Vostro. Customized systems, services, and expertise designed just for small business. PCs with no trialware, just the software you want. And they can be powered by Intel Core 2 Duo processors to keep you up and running fast. Plus the reassurance of Dell's new 30-day worry-free guarantee. New Dell Vostro. Proof that we believe in small business.
Rockies 4, Dodgers 2. Here is the deal. 2 on for James Loney, who tripled in a run in the 4th inning. And he'll face Jeremy Affeldt.
He's going to have command, for me, outside half of the plate. Because I guarantee you, Loney's thinking of one thing right now, and that's to leave the yard. 73rd appearance for Affeldt, 4-3 overall record. 44 punch-outs, been good of late, needs it right now. You'd like to see him to get a roll over on a ball, turn a double play ball, and keep this a 4-2 ball game. The last 4 games, mentioned it, 0 runs given up for Jeremy Affeldt. The one thing he can't do as a left-hander, and again, I know there's 1 out, a left-handed hitter up 2, but what's going to happen is Tulowitzki and Matsui will do a job of trying to tighten up Pierre a little bit at second base.
Pierre at second, Delwyn Young at first. Loney hitting around 340 against left-handed pitching. 2 of his 14 home runs have come against southpaws. And that fastball in there for a strike. This is a very unusual young hitter in that he hangs in there just as well left on left as he does against right-handed pitching. One of the guys the Dodgers are going to build around offensively. Affeldt stepped off. Tulowitzki had raced to the bat.
Yeah, you know what? And Tulowitzki was there plenty of time to put a pick on. But if you're not comfortable in a pitcher, as a pitcher to make that pick, don't throw it. Just step off. Allow your shortstop to get back. It's in the head of Pierre now. Because the last thing you need is a wild throw to center field and have second and third and 1 out.
Runner going, and it's a double steal.
A lot of times when you have the speed on the front end of a double steal as a catcher, you'll throw to second base because the backup runner, a lot of times trail runners will slow down halfway because they think you're going to the third base side. Huge jump by Pierre. See, by the time he's on the third base bag, Young's still 10, 12 feet shy of second base.
Ground ball right side. It'll get a run home. It's 4-3. Moving to third is Delwyn Young. Pierre makes it a 1-run ball game. Loney's second RBI of the night.
Number 55, Russell Martin.
And Affeldt will set his sights on Russell Martin.
Clint Hurdle's asking right now, is he ready? And he's talking about Jorge Julio, who was down throwing in a bullpen, if I'm not mistaken. And Affeldt was there to get the lefty. Now they'll go to the bullpen. Roach, another right-hander in the on-deck circle. Use what you have, all the resources, to try to get yourself out of this inning, and that's exactly what Clint Hurdle's going to do.
A 4-3 ball game.
Did you just double dip? You know it.
Pizza Hut's Dippin' Strips Pizza. Designed with 16 strips custom made for dipping and 3 tasty sauces. Get a 1 topping for just $9.99 from America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut, now online.
Brian's profile definitely jumped out at me, and I was excited to get to know this person better.
Every year, thousands of singles like Amy and Brian get matched on eHarmony.com.
And, you know, we were matched on as many compatibility levels as we could.
Aren't you curious to see who you're compatible with?
I think it's extremely important to be open-minded to every single match that you get, and you could find the love of your life.
Log on to eHarmony.com today and review your matches absolutely free.
Hi, I'm Keith Hernandez.
And I'm Walt Clyde Frazier.
What a marvelous night for the action.
Let's go to the play-by-play.
Oh, there's Mr. Graybeard approaching Miss Hottie. Oh, no.
Rejected.
Clyde, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, no play for Mr. Gray. Get that man our Just for Men Brush-In Color Gel.
It's specially formulated to penetrate coarse facial hair and gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes.
Home run. Another win with Just for Men.
Want a big eat for a tiny price? That's huge. Tackle your hunger with the Pizza Hut Pizzone. Over 1 pound of cheese and toppings for just $5.99 or 2 for $10.99. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
Now, Jeremy Affeldt, after being taken out of the game, went over to talk to Clint Hurdle. It could have been was the pick on at second base. You know, I mean, and he didn't throw the baseball. I see Affeldt's disappointment there. I mean, he made one check, look back, but they had the pick and a chance to throw it. Affeldt just didn't want to make the pick at the time, I'm guessing. But they're obviously talking about the stolen base because 2 stolen bases by Pierre led to a run. Well, let's take a look at Jorge Julio's numbers. 66th appearance for him. 16 holes on the year. He needs to do one right here against a tough out in Russell Martin. Right-handers on the season have hit .321 against Julio. Lefties .219. Retired the first man faced 63% of the time.
Martin 0 for 2, an RBI ground out in the 4th. Rockies trying to hold on to a 4-3 lead. And this is bounce foul. Martin hitting .366 against lefties, even though Affeldt has held right-handed hitters to a poorer average than he has left on left. Martin with that .366 average against lefties, .276 against righties. I'm sure that swayed Clint Hurdle in his decision.
No question, it's exactly right. I really think, too, that Julio's having a difficult time picking the signs up as Hurdle looks on to make sure that they're all on the same wavelength. See how wide what Torrealba did so he can see this. The last thing you need right now is pass ball.
Hard smash. Tulowitzki, long throw, and he gets Martin at first. Well done by Tulowitzki as the spikes grabbed on that outfield grass, and the Rockies hold on 4-3 through 6.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Get $1,000 extra bonus cash on top of current offers like the 07 Malibu, Avail, Cobalt, and Impala. Use bonus cash for a total of $2,500 cash back on Impala. Chevy, made for Colorado.
You can't ignore it forever. It's your future. It's real life. Whatever your goals may be, it's important to get real answers from people you know and trust. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, we'll help you feel secure for everything life has coming your way. Country, real answers for real financial security. Because this is real life.
This is our country.
Rosanna Olson, Farmers Insurance Agent.
Yes?
Singing telegram from Scott Berger. He says, "You and Help Point really saved me after my car accident, thanks."
Aw, that's nice.
You ready for the singing part?
Sure.
Next on the FSN Live Chevy postgame report.
Taco Bell, game reset in the 4th inning. No score until Garrett Atkins with Holiday at first, hits one out. And then right behind him, Brad Hoff, a solo home run. And the Rockies had a 3-0 lead for Franklin Morales. But here was one of the big plays of the ball game. Hanging hook, nearly a great catch by Spilborghs. It turned into a triple for Loney, and Matt Kemp scored. And then an RBI ground out off the bat of Russell Martin, 3-2. Rockies loaded the bases, nobody out. Torey Alba sac fly to Pierre in center to take a 4-2 lead. Unfortunately, they couldn't get anybody else home, and the Dodgers last inning just scored on the RBI ground out by James Loney. So we go to the 7th inning, and it's 4-3. Let's not forget the play by Tulowitzki deep in the hole to throw out a guy who can run in Russell Martin.
Yeah, Martin, 21 stolen bases on the season, so you know you're going to deal with his speed, and that time didn't happen. Well, remember the other night when Matt Holliday was facing Mr. Proctor? It was a fastball at 94 miles an hour, up and in, that ricocheted off the arm. It came up into Matt's head area.
It's the second time Proctor has hit Holliday in the last week. He did call the clubhouse after the ball game to tell Matt he was not throwing at him and did not mean to come up and in head high. But you know, despite the apology, Holliday would like nothing more than to hit one about 6 miles against Proctor.
That's 100% right. I mean, apologies are one thing, but when it comes head hunting and that ball looked like it caught him square in the jaw, that was a scary moment for everyone.
It just got him in the shoulder, even though it appeared to hit him in the jaw. Here's the 0-1. That's down low. Against Proctor, Holliday has 6 plate appearances, 3 hits, and he's been plunked twice, as we talked about. 4-3 Colorado in the 7th inning. Trying to keep pace with San Diego, Philadelphia. And now the Mets and Philadelphia tied in the National League East, so that throws the Mets into the wild card equation as well. Good eye. 3-1.
Seen one fastball, and it was fouled off back up into the seats, and all of a sudden slider happy by Proctor.
He's got a fastball count here. See if Proctor gives in. He threw the heater, but it was nowhere close.
You know what?
So
it didn't look like he wanted anything to do with Matt Holliday in that at bat.
Yep. Yeah, George, if there was some carryover from the last matchup, it was all on Proctor. He didn't throw anything near the strike zone.
Not an easy task now. You know, you got to deal with Helton, obviously swung a hot bat, even though he struck out twice tonight, then Atkins and Hop. This is where the Rockies so efficient. I mean, you know, they give up 2 in the bottom of the 4th, come back in the 6th, put 1 up on the board. The Dodgers matched it up. They lead at 4-3, that they're able to come back and add on to a lead.
Helton with a 10-game hitting streak. He had Holliday's back the other night after Proctor hit him. It forced a runner to second base, and Helton behind in the count, singled to center to drive in a run.
Well, good things happen when the Rockies get their leadoff man in an inning. It's happened 8 times. Out of those 8 times, they've scored 5 times. Joe Beimel, the lefty, Malone, the righty, warming up down in the Dodgers bullpen.
Now Russell Martin's going to go out and visit with Proctor.
Well, you wonder maybe if it's, and I can't imagine this with 2 strikes. I mean, he's just out to talk to make sure you miss somewhere. I mean, if it's a slider down, okay. If it's a fastball, get it up out of the zone and rear back and let it fly and try to throw the ball by Todd Helton.
Fouled off out of play. Visit your Colorado Chevy dealer during the Chevy Time to Buy sale. Get a Silverado Crew Cab with 0% APR for 60 months. Offer ends October 1st. That misses 1-2. Proctor's been used quite a bit since coming from the Yankees.
And the New York crowd, the media, everything on Proctor. He was supposed to be the main setup man there for the Yankees. He just didn't get the job done to what their satisfaction was, much like Kyle Farnsworth has started to struggle here of late.
You know, his numbers in New York weren't awful.
No, they're not awful. They just see the 5 losses. You get caught up in New York, and it's Steinbrenner, it's the Yankees, and you could be 2-0 and then blow 5 straight games, and you either, if they can't send you down, then they'll try to trade you somewhere.
They're looking for another bat off the bench.
Well, they had another guy named Chamberlain that was throwing pretty hard in the minor leagues as a starter, and they brought him up, and he's been phenomenal out of their bullpen.
They got Wilson Bettamy in that deal for Proctor.
And I've always liked Proctor's arm. I mean, it can run up when rested to 97, 98 miles an hour. And
pretty resilient
hard
arm
diving slider.
also.
Well, yeah, he pitches a lot. No question about that.
Holiday at first, nobody out. Matt's one of those sneaky base stealers. He doesn't go that frequently. He has 11 bags. Last year he led the club in stolen bases, and when he goes, he doesn't really go from a big lead. Usually a pretty conservative lead. And this ball driven high in the air to deep right field. Did Todd get enough of it? The leap, it's over the wall. 2-run home run, Helton.
How about this? John Reynolds sitting right next to me. He works on a stage with us here in L.A. Just tapped me on the shoulder 2 pitches earlier, and he said he's going deep.
For
like
Todd Helton, number 16, and the Rockies have a 6-3 lead.
Give up
just
one.
When you needed it most.
Give up 1, add 2. They have done this over and over again. Fastball in, Proctor thinking, oh boy, give me a yo-yo string now, and Helton says, no. His 89th RBI of the season. Home run number 16 for Todd Helton.
He's waited a decade to play big games in September. And as marvelous a career as Todd Helton has had through that first decade, because of the importance of these games, he has never been better.
Oh, you're not kidding. I mean, both with the glove and particularly this bat with big hits late in the ball game. Just out of the reach of Matt Kemp and up into the seats. It's only got to clear the wall by an inch, and it did, and that's what matters, and the Rockies lead it 6-3.
You don't normally think home runs or a multitude of home runs at Dodger Stadium, but the Rockies have knocked out 3 this evening. Helton, Atkins, and Hop, 4 through 6 in the order. And Helton with 89 driven in. Atkins fouls that back.
Well, not only
2-strike count.
Well, think about this, Drew. To think back, what was it, late August? Middle of August, Helton had 59 RBIs. That's how much he's turned this up. He's 11 away from 100.
He's got an 11-game hitting streak now. He has been on some kind of roll the last 2 months. And this ball driven to left field. This is going to touch down and roll to the wall. Garrett Atkins with a double right behind the home run from Helton.
And airmailed by Young all the way over almost into the first base side. He didn't even come close to anything. Atkins with that base hit. That's it for Proctor. Grady Little will pop out and get Joe Beimel in this game as fast as he can to take on Brad Hop. Man, was it pretty. Todd Helton at the plate with the Rockies on top, and a look from the dirt cam. Watch this extension in bat speed.
They tried to get on the inner half to Helton. Bad idea. Helton loses it, and the Rockies have a 6-3 lead. Back to Dodger Stadium in a moment.
Not all the energy for our fuel comes from oil in the ground. A lot of it comes from our people, who year in and year out put so much of their energy into everything they do. So you can be sure that when you put Valero gas into your tank, you're going to get a lot out of it. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
It comes from stadium stairs at 5 in the morning. From suicides to your lungs scream uncle. And two-a-days when it's hot enough to fry an egg on your forehead. It's sweat. And there's more to sweat than just water. No wonder, no water, no flavored water, no other sports drink on the planet helps put back what sweat takes out better than Gatorade.
Over 700,000 Coloradans live with the constant worry of being uninsured. Thankfully, community health centers stand ready, acting as a safety net to provide crucial services. Hi, I'm Carl Mecklenburg, supporting Metro Community Provider Network and all Colorado community health centers, celebrating National Health Center Week, August 5th through 11th. Join me in applauding the work done by these important CHCs, and I encourage all Coloradans to support the safety net.
Sponsored by Complete Business Systems.
Rockies 6 and the Dodgers 3. With George Frazier, I'm Drew Goodman. Joe Beimel comes on here after the Atkins double to face Brad Hopp.
82nd appearance for him, but look at the innings pitched, just 66. The left-handed specialist will have to come on to get Brad Hopp. The 82nd appearance adds on to being the most used left-hander in all of the major leagues.
Hopp, a home run and a single in 3 trips. 3 home runs on this road trip. It was 2-0 after Atkins trotted around the bases, and the very next hitter, Brad Hopp, a home run to left center off of starter Esteban Loaiza. And that's a swinging strike. It's 0-2. On deck is Ryan Spilborghs. Beimel looks like, George, one of those guys, he shaves every day at 8 in the morning. By the time he comes to the ballpark, he looks like Don Johnson in Miami Vice. You know, he's always got the 2-day growth, right?
Shave on every other day, maybe? Huh? What do you think?
This ball pulled toward the hole. Diving stab made by Valdez. As he takes a hit from Brad Hopp. And for the moment, keeps a run off the board. Going to third base is Atkins, and here comes Spilborghs.
Yeah, nice job, too, because he stayed right on the slider from Beimel. Hopp did. Second time Valdez has been able to make a nice play in this ball game to retire a Rocky. He gets Hopp on this one. They will pull the infield in. The Rockies have out-hit them 11-4 and lead it by 3, but damage control now.
Quick footnote on Brad Hopp. It just shows you how this run has gone and how it's spread like wildfire. This is a smash to Valdez. Man. He has about a half a step either way of range, and he takes a hit away from Spilborghs. Just to finish that last thought, Hopp now, quality swing after quality swing against left-handed pitching.
Obviously feeling much more comfortable against him, and again, it's been against guys that throw hard, guys that throw soft. It's been against guys that throw the hard slider. Well, here, Spilborghs robbed of a base hit to right with the infield pulled in, and Valdez comes up with a big play again. And Beimel's going to be left in to face Torrealba. They have Malone warming up down in the bullpen, a hard-throwing young right-hander. You see those numbers by the Rockies, difference in this series, 11 for 28 with runners in scoring position.
I like that thought, though, George, by Torrealba. Get that run home any way he can. He looked down at third, and Andy LaRoche, about 15 feet behind the third base bag. Now the only guy who could make a play would be Beimel. That's probably the last thing on Beimel's mind. But Torrealba would try to drag a bunt. Jeff Baker has come out on deck. Helton, a 2-run home run a few moments ago to give the Rockies a 6-3 advantage. Gets away from Martin, but not far enough. Torrealba, an RBI earlier in the ball game on a sac fly to deep center. And this is chopped up the middle, and it's gloved by Who, and he throws out Torrealba. In the inning, Todd Helton with Holiday at first, behind in the count, launches one to right. His 16th home run of the year. And the Rockies lead it 6-3, middle of 7 at Dodger Stadium.
The playoffs are on the line on FSN. It is every ball player's dream as the final push for the postseason continues. It all comes down to the final series as the Rockies battle for the wild card. Diamondbacks, Rockies, tomorrow at 5:30 on FSN.
Flying out of Denver for business? Southwest Airlines is the fastest growing airline in Denver. We offer nonstop flights to Baltimore, Washington, Chicago Midway, Houston Hobby, Oakland, Orlando, and other destinations across the country. Check out our new service to Oklahoma City for $69 and Seattle-Tacoma for $89 starting November 4th.
You are now free to move about the country.
On your wedding day, when everyone is looking at her, she'll be looking at you. So rent your tuxedo at Men's Warehouse and you'll look almost as good as she does. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Hi, I'm Drew Goodman. If you're putting off getting your transmission checked because you don't know whom to trust, an honest diagnosis is what you need. If your car is slipping, leaking, or making noise, call my friends at AAMCO. Many of the cars serviced by AAMCO centers don't need a new transmission, so call today.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
Valero Energy to take you anywhere. How about the defense tonight from Troy Tulowitzki? How about the defense all year from Troy Tulowitzki? Takes a hit away there from Omeda Signs, and look at this play. And if he doesn't make this play, it's a tie ball game. He throws out a fast man in Russell Martin to keep the Rockies ahead 4-3 at the time. Our Valero Energy to take you anywhere. The Rockies have made a defensive change. Corey Sullivan straight up change with Ryan Spilborg. So Sullivan in center field. Jorge Julio continues on here in the 7th. He got the final out of the 6th inning with Delwyn Young at third base. Young represented the tying run. LaRoche to lead it off, followed by Valdez and then Who. And Julio misses outside. Matt Hergis was warming up a couple of moments ago.
He was warming up as if the inning would have continued and they would have pinch hit for Julio, then I think that's when he would have probably come on to pitch into the bottom of the 7th inning. But with the, Julio getting the out in the 6th, they didn't have to use a guy, so then they went ahead and did this. Just leave him out there. And you see Corpus start to soft toss. A lot of guys will do that. Nervous energy. Throw it up against the wall, gets the baseball, do it again, watch the game a little bit, get off by yourself.
That hits off the wall, and it's like a pitchback, comes right back to Torrealba. 2-1 count on LaRoche. Single and a strikeout in the ball game for LaRoche. 6-3 Colorado. Trying to make it 11 in a row. Before the final 3 against Arizona back at Coors Field. Julio misses there, 3-1. On the ground to third. Low throw. But a carry to Helton, 1 out. If you have a break in your windshield, take it to Elite Auto Glass #1 for more than one reason. Wilson Valdez, 0 for 2 in the ball game, 0 for his last 13 at the plate.
Yeah, but he's made 2 plays in this game that I'm not sure Jeff Kent could have made if he was at second base. Jeff Kent, 39 years old, very, very good third baseman, catches everything he can get to. I just don't think he could have got to those 2 balls.
He may not have, but as I said the other day, if you're San Diego or Arizona looking in on the lineup that the Dodgers have thrown out there the last couple of nights, I'm sure in some circles within those 2 organizations, there's a degree of irritation.
Apparently I identified Jeff Kent as a third baseman. Well, we obviously know as a second baseman.
And this is popped up short right field. Matsui could not make the play as he slid right before the wall. Good effort by Kaz.
With all these, the new seating here, it has shortened up so much of the foul territory. It created this type of play to be made. I mean, where you've got a slide to prevent from getting into those lights and the advertising and everything else here at Dodger Stadium. Matsui had to hit the dirt early. Previously, you could have continued to run full stride and possibly maybe had a catch on that baseball.
0-2 on Valdez. He's got him, just waved at the slider. Torrealba puts the tag on him, and there are 2 outs in the 7th. What's your take on that, George, with San Diego and Arizona looking in and seeing, the Dodgers have a right to get a look at some of these kids. Kemp and Loney have been playing for a while, and they've done a great job, but you look out there, and I know some of it has to do with the injury, but no Luis Gonzalez, no Nomar Garciaparra, no Jeff Kent the last couple of nights.
Well, I think where they validate it is they make the comments in the paper that, and Luis Gonzalez said it today, I'll make it official. I will not be back here next year. And so they're going to go ahead and play Young in left field, or they're going to put Ethier in left field. And, Ethier's been up here about the last year and a half. Yes, Martin's your only regular out there along with Juan Pierre, and then Kemp's been up most of the time. So, I don't know if Kent's 100% healthy. He took batting practice, took ground balls today, that he would have the ability to go play second base in this game. But,
yeah, Kent may not. Nomar's been hurting.
Right. But, I mean, the point is, yeah, you're looking out here and you're going, if you're Kevin Towers or, the guys from the Diamondbacks, what happened to this lineup? What's going on? But yet that lineup last night, 2-0 ball game, a very good game. Late in the game, all those guys we've just mentioned, Gonzalez, Sweeney, everybody else, they all pinch hit in the game late. With a chance to win with 2 men on, they didn't come through. They were able to get the outs.
Martin swung at that, 1-2.
I had several scouts say, is it a spring training game? That's where you have to have a minimum of 3 regulars in your lineup.
Yeah, how many got on the bus? Headed down from Phoenix to Tucson. Here's the 1-2. Supposed to be a long bus ride from Vero Beach to Tucson.
It'd be just, that's a 3-dayer, 4-dayer trip with a whole lot of gas stops.
That's one I prefer a plane.
Well, hey, donate your old car or SUV to Cars Helping Kids. You can change a kid's life. When you donate a vehicle, you not only get a tax break, a free tow, but you also get $1,000 towards a new or used vehicle from Freeway Ford and Longmont Ford. For more information, go to CarsKids.com or CheaperFords.com.
That slider just a tad bit high.
Well, it was high. I mean, as bad as you would like to see it called a strike, it was very high. You could see Torrealba touching the body now versus giving hand signs. You noticed that because I think Julio having a difficult time picking it up.
A dominant inning from Jorge Julio. To the 8th we go, 6-3 Colorado. These solar panels will produce 14,000 kilowatt hours of energy, enough to run the Rockpile LED board at Coors Field for 1 year. Join the Colorado Rockies in saving energy and visit ExcelEnergy.com to learn how you can benefit from solar.
Hear about Penske?
No.
Got hurt, missed work. Thought his major medical was enough. Poor guy. Didn't have Aflac.
What does Aflac do?
Let's say this is major medical, right? Well, see the hole? That's where Aflac comes in. Helps pay for groceries, rent, all kinds of bills. Major medical? Poor Penske. He thought he had enough coverage.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Changing, yeah, everything's changing. But I'm through with all this changing. I like the way I'm living, and I got my reasons why. And I'm not gonna go changing, no. I'm not
Coors, the banquet beer.
Jumbo popcorn chicken, man.
I know, and with a little Chipotle dipping sauce.
Yeah.
And there's always this. Ready?
I'm so bad at that, man.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. It's all on the top.
Yeah.
That was a little errant. Just
I go through more chicken that way.
You know what? Why don't you just eat it instead of blatantly throwing them in my face?
Jumbo popcorn chicken. Now at Sonic. Portable all-white meat chicken with our new creamy Chipotle sauce or any of our other great sauces. Pay the Sonic way. Swipe your credit or My Sonic card from your car.
Colorado Rockies baseball on FSN is brought to you by Chevy. Visit your Colorado Chevy dealer during the Chevy Time to Buy sale. Get a Silverado Crew Cab with 0% APR for 60 months. Offer ends October 1st. By Del Vostro, a new suite of computing solutions designed just for small business. Visit Dell.com/WeBelieve. By Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you? And by Hyundai, where cost doesn't come between you and safety. Check out Hyundai Camp during the next home game. Jonathan Malone takes over in the top of the 8th inning for Los Angeles. The Rockies ahead 6-3. They've out-hit the Dodgers tonight 11-4. And for the Rockies, they'll counter in the 9-hole with Seth Smith.
There's the numbers. 4 games he's appeared in. He pitched against the Rockies over in Denver. Control has been an issue. 4 1/3, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. He has given up a home run. Very hard thrower. Another one out of the Dodger organization. Tries to give you a little bit of the Brad Penny look. That's a 19-year-old Brad Penny, Drew. What I mean by that, 50 pounds lighter. How about Smith? Another base hit, pinch hitting.
His 3rd hit in 6 big league plate appearances, and he gets a big high five from Glenn Allen Hill. So Smith, Koshansky, Stewart, 3 guys who are often called upon now to pinch hit in this stretch run for the Rockies. A combined 59 plate appearances after that base hit by Smith. Just another one of those nice little stories about this run by the Rockies. Kaz Matsui at the plate as the Rockies try to build on a 6-3 advantage. Here's the bunt. And the throw to first does just get Matsui. So Kaz sacrifices Smith to second. Smith, if you're wondering, runs a little better than average. Former quarterback at Ole Miss. Backup, as many of you are aware, to Eli Manning. It's like being the Maytag repairman. He never took a snap. 3 years, the backup. Never saw the field. Looked good in a baseball cap. Tulowitzki 0 for 4. And this ball is hit well to right center field. Kemp going back, still going back, and it's off the wall. Here comes Smith around third of the plate. Tulowitzki to second with an RBI double. And it's 7-3 Rockies. Man, his power amazes me, George. I think we both thought that was more off the end of the bat.
Well, yeah, you know it did, but the sound. I mean, the sound to me on a ball away on a 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball that really I thought when it left his bat, watched it and listened. That when it left his bat, because I always watch the outfielders in a response off the hitter. And when I saw that, I thought that the ball was going to carry. Not enough to get out of the yard. You got some heavy hair in here, and it's fog starting to roll in a little bit at Dodger Stadium. Ball's not going to carry quite as far as it normally does.
Holiday up there. The Rockies sensing an opportunity to really open up a healthy lead. 13 hits tonight for the Rockies. Two and nothing on Holiday. Matt 1 for 3 and a walk. Average at .338. Battling Chipper Jones. Hanley Ramirez for the batting title. 3-0. On the outside corner, I said Hanley Ramirez, he's involved, but Utley actually 2 points ahead of him, and Edgar Renteria a point ahead of Ramirez. Jones started the day .339, Holiday .338. Here's the 3-1 to Matt.
The biggest problem Malone has had is his ability to throw the breaking ball for a strike. So as a hitter, go up, pick your zone, look heat, and then respond to it, because that's the one thing he hasn't been able to do. The secondary stuff hasn't been there consistently for Malone, so he probably doesn't have confidence with a runner at second. Already given up one run. And it's a 3-2 count on Holiday.
Chipper Jones today 1 for 4, a 2-run home run. So his average stays right at .339. Utley went 0 for 4. He drops to .331. Renteria went 1 for 4. He's at .332. Tulowitzki leads off second. And that's not close. Ball 4. And Helton will come up with 2 on base.
First baseman, Todd Helton.
Visit your Colorado Chevy dealer during the Chevy Time to Buy sale. Get a Silverado Crew Cab with 0% APR for 60 months. Offer ends October 1st.
Yeah, DJ Holton had started to throw down in the Dodger bullpen. I mean, he's not going to leave the youngster out there to get crushed. It is a 4-run lead for the Rockies at this time.
And Helton takes a strike. Another marvelous at bat for Todd Helton. Last inning after Matt Holiday walked. Helton behind 1-2, and Proctor and Martin decided to come inside with the heater, and it turned out to be a real bad decision. Todd pops this up in foul ground, and LaRoche, he's not going to have room. It bounces in the Dodger dugout. Tried to come inside, and Helton drilled it.
Boy, did he ever. Dropped the head on it. That's what you'll hear a lot of players say in the dugout on a fastball down and in, and he did just that.
Todd having the time of his life right now. He's never enjoyed the game more. Loves the situation the Rockies are in naturally, and he adores his teammates. Very close-knit team, this Rockies club in '07. Good hook. Malone strikes out Helton. And that is out number 2 in the 8th inning.
And it's dropped it right off the table. You can see Martin asked for this ball down into the dirt. Instead, it's pinned right there, and Helton not able to pull the trigger on it.
Garrett Atkins, who's had a big night, A walk, a 2-run home run, a single and a run scored, and a double. 3 for 3. What did we say earlier? He was 3 for 20 coming in. He was ready to break out.
Time to show off in front of the hometown folks.
Yeah. That home run by Garrett earlier in the ball game, his 6th at Dodger Stadium.
4th inning, ball that ran back to the middle of the plate. See you later off Loaiza.
That's in there, 1-1 for Garrett Atkins. He leads all National League third basemen in the last 2 seasons in RBIs with 225. That includes David Wright in New York. Quest in-game box, up and down the lineup, as has been the case throughout this run and for most of this year. Rockies have balance 1 through 8. 3 big flies tonight. 2 outs. Here's the 2-1 to Atkins. And that catches the inside corner. 2-2. Rockies have LaTroy Hawkins up right now. Looks like they'll go to him tonight in the 8th inning. Bouncing ball toward the hole, and it's going to be another hit. Did save a run. Garrett Atkins is 4 for 4 as Who kept it in the infield. That prevented Tulowitzki from scoring, and they're loaded up for Brad Hopp.
Right fielder, Brad Hopp.
Hendrickson worked in the ball game last night and had worked a couple of days in a row. He's not warming up right now, but Holton is warming up, the right-hander, still going down in the bullpen. And right now, Grady Little thinking about, all right, this is the coin you got to flip. Do I want to let him stay in there, grow up, and try to get the final out here in the 8th? Or do I go get him and rescue him and then rely on Holton to clean up his mess? I think he's going to give him one more hitter, obviously, and if he walks this Brad Hopp or gives up a run, then that'll be it, and Holton will be in.
Bases jammed for Hopp. Popped up foul, and LaRoche may have a play. And then again, he may not.
Just out of his reach as it was last night, a couple of inches out of his reach.
Yeah, it's the one we said his brother would have been able to catch.
At 6'3", brother would have snagged it, but at this height, not able to reach out and get it, and hoping everybody else catches him before he does a header on the ceiling.
That's great. He almost lands on his head and he gets a wedgie going back out on the field, huh? 1-1. That's high, 2-1. Hopp, his last 8 ball games, hitting .455. Now 3-1 and nowhere to put Hopp.
And obvious, not a position this kid wanted to be in. Hopp in his last 8 games, .455, 4 home runs. It can add to that total and also add to his total of 1 career grand slam.
Got a high fastball there, swung through it, 3-2. Tulowitzki at third, Holiday at second, Garrett Atkins at first. 7-3 Colorado in the 8th. And it's fouled off with the runners moving.
And it really makes it harder and harder on a young kid to keep firing strikes with the bases loaded like this and hop up when they continue to foul balls off. You're just kind of hoping he gets one swing and miss or hoping that, you know, the ball over by LaRoche was a little bit closer to fair territory where you make a catch on it. I mean, there's a number of things racing through his mind, and also trying to pound the strike zone with one more pitch where the base is loaded.
And this ball ripped to right center field. It'll score 2, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Atkins around third, gets a green light. Bases clearing, double for Hop, and the route is on. It's 10-3, Colorado. Can you say 11 in a row?
Center fielder number 18, Corey Sullivan.
Hop just about didn't make this a double. The man in the dirt snatched him at first base when he rounded the bag, but with the bases loaded, 3-2, 2 outs, everybody's in motion. So when this ball got into right center field, Pierre's arm, not that strong of an arm. Here comes Hop around first. Whoa, he just stepped right over the top of the bag, bit the dust, jumped back to his feet, jogged into second base as if nothing had happened, picked up his 3 RBIs, 111 on the season now.
Well, he took off his spikes, put on his shower shoes. (10-3) Colorado. 15 hits tonight for the Rockies. The Dodgers with just 4. First at bat for Sullivan. Came in last inning in center field for Ryan Spilborghs. Rockies got 3 in the 4th. Then in the 6th, they picked up a single run. 2 last inning on the 2-run shot by Helton, and 4 here in the 8th. For the Dodgers, vacation can't come fast enough.
The 29th pitch coming for Malone here in the 8th. He's given up 4.
And the 2-2s hit high in the air to center field. Pierre will have room, and that's the final out in the 8th. But a big 8th inning for Colorado. 4 runs, 3 on that swing of the bat from Brad Hop. 10-3 Rockies.
At Dell, we believe you deserve a division of small business experts, trained to provide advice, customized technology, and support when you need it most, whether online, on the phone, or on site. Maybe that's why we're the #1 choice for small business. Dell, we believe in small business.
Catch up on the week's biggest stories surrounding Rockies baseball with Rockies Weekly. Sunday night at 10, right here on FSN Rocky Mountain.
Introducing Joe's Crab Shack's Big Buckets. Buckets of beer, buckets of our famous shrimp, garlicky mussels, our big steam pot, and a bucket of our new sweet and sticky crab. Big, meaty, and covered with a sweet peppery sticky sauce. Grab a hold of Joe's Big Buckets on our big deck today.
Stop! Go is out of used vehicles. So let's swap cars. We sold so many used cars at our super sale, we're desperate to buy yours. We'll even give you up to 120% of book value for your trade. Going on now at all 17 Go showrooms. Let's swap cars. Get up to 120% of book value for your trade. Go is out of used vehicles. So let's swap cars. The light's green. Go!
Ozzy returns to Denver, his first solo show in over a decade. Hear and see Ozzy's latest and greatest, December 4th, Pepsi Center. Ozzy Osbourne, with very special guest, Rob Zombie. Get reserved seats Saturday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. All Ticketmaster locations are charged by phone. The new album, Black Rain, in stores now. More at Ozzy.com.
Game next on the FSN Live Chevy postgame report.
Tonight's game sponsored by Fidelity Investments. Visit an agent today in Denver, Broomfield, or Lone Tree. Bottom of the 8th inning from venerable Dodger Stadium in LA. With George Frazier, I'm Drew Goodman. LaTroy Hawkins on to throw the 8th. Colorado 10 and the Dodgers 3. And they've out-hit him 15-4, and they've broken wide open what was just 2 innings ago, George, a 4-3 affair. In fact, it was 4-3, and the Dodgers had the tying run at third base.
Yeah, 61st game for the Big Hawk, coming out here to try to get 3 outs in the 8th inning. The comfortable thing would be for Hawkins right now to work 2 innings in this game. Leave everybody else. How about the Rockies pitching tonight? Well, in the Dodger Stadium, keep the ball on the ground. They've done that. 13 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out, and 7 strikeouts. Sweeney on to pinch hit.
Marquette his 22nd pinch hit of the year last night. And LaTroy Hawkins starts him out with a fastball at 91 for strike 1. This ball is lined to right. A base hit for Sweeney.
That's what Sweeney does as a pinch hitter in the 8th or 9th inning. A good guy to have lead off your game or an inning if you're down 1 or 2, or to drive in that run. He has turned himself into a very good professional hitter late in ball games. Another look at Sweeney against Hawkins. Trying to go to the outer half of the plate, trying to work ahead of hitters. Sweeney, very good inside low ball hitter. Pull this ball to right field. Now the pinch hit leaders in all-time hits. Lenny Harris 212, Sweeney making that chase. He's second now. The others behind Sweeney have retired.
Juan Pierre takes a strike. Juan singled and scored one of the 3 Dodger runs in the 6th inning. He also stole 2 bases, his 62nd and 63rd of the year. Second in the National League to Jose Reyes in the theft department. Punch down the line, foul. 0-2. If you're just jumping on board tonight, just getting home, the Phillies won today. The Diamondbacks won today, and the Padres won today. So nobody helped out the Rockies. They're going to go help themselves.
You know what? Take care of your own business. You don't have to worry about everybody else's.
And if you haven't already, get those tickets for this weekend series that starts tomorrow night with the Diamondbacks. That pitch just missed, 1-2. Swung on and missed. That's a rarity. Juan Pierre striking out. First out of the 8th inning. Toughest man to strike out in the National League.
Yeah, this doesn't happen very often. High heat. Usually he chases after that, tries to get on top of the ball and slap it to the left side of the infield. Hawkins had enough heat to get it by.
The switch hitter Delwyn Young will step up. 0 for 2 and a walk. Personally, it's been a memorable few days for Young. Hit his first career home run Tuesday, his first career triple yesterday.
Now tomorrow, an opening game against the Diamondbacks. Webb goes against Francis, and the great success Francis has had at Coors Field. 26-12 in his career, 8-4 this year for Jeff Francis, and his success against the Diamondbacks, 7-1 overall.
2-1 on Young. Shattered back, ground ball that Atkins scoops up. There's one, and that's it. The ball came out in transition. So the correct call by Jerry Lane. The force out recorded, 2 gone. Let's look at the series with Arizona and the probable starters. Again, Brandon Webb pushed back to tomorrow. He'll face Francis, as George was describing. Then Edgar Gonzalez against Mark Redmond. Both Francis and Redmond are back home in Denver. They left earlier this evening. And then Doug Davis Sunday against Ubaldo Jimenez. Matt Kemp with 2 outs. The Rockies and Diamondbacks have pretty much been even up throughout the season series. The Rockies lead 8 games to 7. They have won 4 of the last 5 matchups. Kemp 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Matt out of Oklahoma City. Very talented basketball player in high school. Had an opportunity, in fact, to play hoops at OU.
Very talented player. Inside, outside guy at the high school level, would get asked to go inside. And I normally don't see a lot of 6'8", 6'9" guys in the Oklahoma area that plays in the paint. So he was a guy that could go in, go out, shoot the ball, handle the ball well. Just a great defender.
Swung on and missed. 1 and 2. Just missed. 2 and 2. Since the All-Star break, the Rockies team ERA 3.89. The lowest in the National League, ahead of Atlanta, well ahead of the Cubs, ahead of San Diego and Arizona. I think you tell people that back east and they'd be shocked to hear it.
Tim, they got to forget about Coors Field being a slugfest ballpark in America. I mean, it's over with. If you look at the numbers over the past 3 or 4 years, it tells you that it doesn't relinquish the home runs it once did. It does not relinquish the runs per game that it once did.
Not even
a lot
close.
of that has to do with the humidor. A lot of that has to do with high grass. But most importantly, the pitching has been much better at Coors Field for the Rockies.
3-2 line drive, base hit center field. And Delwyn Young is going to get to third base. And that'll bring up James Loney.
First baseman, number 7, James Loney.
Loney an RBI triple in the 4th, an RBI ground out in the 6th. He's driven in a couple of runs tonight. 65 RBIs for Loney. Now the Rockies not holding Kemp on with the big lead, but he stayed put on the first delivery. And this is on the line to right field, another hit for Loney. Kemp will go to third, and it's 10-4. 3 RBI night for James Loney.
Clint Hurdle not going to let this get very far. He's got Buchholz up firing down in the Rockies bullpen. So Martin's coming up, and again, this offense, the Rockies staff has done a great job of containing it, but you don't want anybody to get back in and get confidence rolling offensively. You get somebody going on your pin. If it's not one guy, you get another guy to finish it up. Buckholz, mentioned him earlier, up firing down in the bullpen.
Fuentes and Corpus went the last couple of nights. Rockies want to give them a day off with the big lead if at all possible. Down low on Russell Martin. He's been collecting awards lately. Yesterday awarded the Roy Campanella Award for inspirational play within the Dodger organization. Today, the Heart and Hustle Award. Chopper to short. So the Dodgers pick off a run on the base hit by Loney. We'll go to the ninth, 10-4 Rockies.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Now use an extra $1,000 bonus cash for a total of $3,000 total cash back on the 07 Suburban, Tahoe, and Avalanche. Chevy, made for Colorado.
Colorado Rockies baseball on FSN is brought to you by your Colorado Hyundai dealers, where cost doesn't come between you and safety. Check out Hyundai Cam during the next home game. And by Southwest Airlines, with more flights to more places than ever before. Southwest is taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. Rockies in the ninth inning leading the Dodgers 10-4. Trying to make it 11 consecutive wins. DJ Holton has come on to throw the ninth inning for Los Angeles. And Chad Moeller is now behind the plate. 16th appearance for Holton. League hitting under 250 against him. Rockies will have Yorvi Torrealba. And then Jeff Baker is going to come out and hit for LaTroy Hawkins. There's Moeller behind the plate.
Number 54, DJ Holton. Leading off the ninth inning, Tetrin, Yorvi Torrealba.
George, earlier you referred to a long piece in the Los Angeles Times on the great Vin Scully, finishing up his 58th year behind the microphone for the Dodgers. He'll be back next year. That is the final year of his current contract. He said we'll see what happens after that. He still has great love for the game. Deep in the hole, and who with a nice play to throw out Torrealba.
Really nice play. Well, you know what? It's Vin Scully. He can do whatever he wants to.
Well,
they're not going to tell him to leave.
No,
I mean, he's going to tell them. Right, he's going to tell them whether he has the energy to keep going, to keep doing it. Think about that, 59 years after next year in a booth. And the thing is, folks, you understand something, too. He's a guy that not only just, there's Benny, not only just, Simon cast radio, TV, the first 3 innings of every telecast. All by himself in the booth. No analyst, nobody to help him through it. Another longtime associate, Boyd's up there with him. But it's a deal where, you know, Mr. Scully does a tremendous job. And to talk to him, you know what I liked about the article today more than anything? Is when he just made the comment, you know, I don't get involved in their private lives. I keep it between the lines. That's my job, is to bring the story between the lines. I don't worry about everything around it. He never knew that, you know, the drug problems that Steve Howe had, the drinking problems, as he stated, that Bobby Welch had. Because that's their private lives. I'm not going to get involved in that. And he said the other thing is, I'm not going to become friends with players. I'll speak, I'll be friendly, but because then I don't want to be swayed. I want to be able to tell the honest truth about those players. I'll speak to all of them as they walk by. I'll say my normal hi and move on. But he said Red Barber taught him all of those things when it came time to get to baseball. And you know what was pretty cool today, Drew? They brought in a picture over in the booth. Did you see it? They brought in a picture of him as a very young kid with Red Barber. It was unbelievable.
There's Boyd on the left and Vin Scully And one of the other things that came out in the piece on Vin was his shock at what has transpired this year, because he really felt, and he's very, very honest, he really felt that this year was going to be a banner year for the Dodgers, as did most people in baseball. He felt it in spring training, and he felt it, you know, halfway through the year when the Dodgers were in first place. He said, I didn't see the slide coming. And again, Vin has never fallen into the category of being one of those hopeless homers. I mean, he looks at things very objectively. Here's Omar Quintanilla, pitch hitting for Kaz Matsui.
He's the biggest Dodger fan in the world, but he's the most honest Dodger fan in the world, too.
Yes, he is.
You know, I mean, that's the neatest part about Vin Scully. And, yeah, I mean, he said it was like riding on the world's best roller coaster. Up one day thinking you're going to win it. Down the next day, you got no chance. Then you're back into the wild card. You're back into the West. And then within, really, 15, 20 days, you're totally out of it. And what I thought was very nice, and I don't think he just did this, as we walked in the last 2 days, he goes, I'm pulling for you guys. I really, really hope Colorado can get in.
And he was honest in that regard also. He felt for years that Colorado, because of the disparity between playing their games at altitude and then going out on the road, and all he had witnessed through the first 14 years of this organization, he felt like it would be a near impossibility for the Rockies to ever go to the postseason and really make noise. And he feels differently now, and he's been thoroughly impressed, as anybody would be, with how the Rockies have come together this year. And he did say that on a couple of occasions to us, that he really hopes the Rockies do well, and he's enjoyed watching them, even though last week it's come at the expense of his beloved Dodgers.
It has. I mean, to think did you ever think that the Rockies would sweep, there's the strikeout there, sweep the Dodgers there and come to LA and do it here? Wow.
We'll go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Rockies 3 outs away from making it 11 straight.
Changing, yeah, everything's changing. But I'm through with all this changing. I like the way I'm living, and I got my reasons why. And I'm not gonna go changing, no. I'm not
Coors, the banquet beer.
When it's people who do the right thing, they call it being responsible. When it's an insurance company, they call it Liberty Mutual. Responsibility. What's your policy? Liberty Mutual.
I'm on the 415. Let's see what kind of plane you'll be on today.
Step over there and spin that wheel. Come on.
Come on, big plane.
Woo, big plane, big plane, big plane. Big plane, big plane, big plane. No. Small plane.
On Southwest Airlines, you'll never fly in a small plane. We guarantee every seat on every flight is on a big, comfortable Boeing 737.
You are now free to move about the country.
10-4, bottom of the ninth inning. Taylor Buchholz will handle the bottom of the ninth. Let's take a look at our Esurance Inside information. The Rockies have never swept a road trip of 2 or more cities. Their last sweep here in Los Angeles, 1999. And if they can close this out, they'll go 12-6 this year against the Dodgers. Just the 4th time they've ever won the season series in 15 years against LA. We told you earlier it's the first time they've ever finished in front of the Dodgers in the standings. And this team, more than any other in the division, we know they've had their problems with the Giants through the years as well, and last few years with Arizona also. But this team, more than any other, has been the nemesis of the Colorado Rockies since they came in 1993.
No question. This has been the one organization the Rockies could not handle. In the 39th appearance, Taylor Buchholz in the ballgame. Baker stayed in at left, Quintanilla at second. Buckholz will try to get the final 3 outs of this ball game, and with the big series with the Diamondbacks coming up, everybody rested down in the bullpen. With this game very close, Drew, and it's something, being an ex-reliever, you got to pat them on the back every now and then, right? Well, how about the job when they came in? Spire able to get that strikeout in the 6th inning with 2 men on. Affelt worked out of the inning, although a run scored on a stolen base. And then Julio gives you an inning and a third of no-hit baseball. That was huge at that section of the game. And then the Rockies, obviously, since that point, have been able to tack 7 runs on in the ball game and take a commanding lead.
2-1 on Andy LaRoche. 2-2. Franklin Morales tonight went 3 1/3 before giving up a run. In fact, into the 4th, he had allowed just 1 hit. That was a soft hit by LaRoche. And he set a new franchise record. He went 20 1/3 over 4 ball games without giving up a run. Broke the record of Denny Nagel, who had gone 20 straight shutout innings. Morales on the plus side tonight, looking for his 3rd victory. 3 runs in 5+ innings, allowed 4 hits, a walk, and struck out 4. And a good start to the inning for Buckholz as he fans Andy LaRoche.
You continue to come out and pitch regardless of the score, and that's the hard curveball by Buckholz for the strikeout in the early out in this game. I should say 9th inning.
Wilson Valdez 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Buckholz touches the outside corner. For the Rockies, we'll get back sometime in the middle of the night. Arizona's already settled in Denver. They played an afternoon ball game in Pittsburgh today. And this will be the 2nd out, Quintanilla. And then they'll tee it up tomorrow night at Coors Field. Brandon Webb, Cy Young winner last year, against Jeff Francis, winner of 17 ball games this year.
Francis total dominance at Coors Field, 26-12, 8-4 in 07. And against the Diamondbacks, 7-1 in his career, 1-0 in 07.
Chin Lung Hu with a 1-strike count. 15 hits for the Rockies, 7 hits for the Dodgers. And can you say 11 straight wins for the Colorado Rockies? And the Rockies improved to 87-72. And this wonderful, indescribable run continues. And the Rockies will roll back home into Denver with 3 ball games against the Arizona Diamondbacks beginning tomorrow night. 10-4 the final. Colorado over LA. Our Gatorade player of the game, Garrett Atkins. 4 for 4, including a 2-run home run. And he also threw out a walk. Our Gatorade player of the game, Garrett Atkins, the Southern California native. As the Rockies go on to blow out the Dodgers 10-4. They win the season series 12-6. And a 6-love road trip. It is on to Denver for the Rockies, back home to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. The FSN Live postgame show starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Chevy Sports Desk. It's Mark Stout. It is Jeff Hewson. It's Roger Bailey. And it's the Rockies now with 11 straight wins, 15 games over 500, 87 victories on the year. The numbers just keep adding up and keep sounding good, Jeff.
Pretty impressive for this group. And you look at some of the things they've done so far, and we talk about the records, we talk about the wild card, and now all of a sudden they're just a half game back here. And it's nice to see going into this weekend.
Roger, the Rockies put up 10 runs tonight, but we have to go back to the fourth inning, which was the key to the game when they finally kind of broke out.
Well, yeah, and everything this organization is doing right now is the first time in their history. But you look at keys to the game, there were a lot of things that happened throughout the course of the game, but that fourth inning sure did stand out. A couple of guys get on base, a couple of guys could put some pretty good at-bats together. Garrett Atkins leaves the yard, Brad Hopp leaves the yard, and you look at how it all started. It started in the first couple of innings with these guys and able to make adjustments. And you know, you talk about how a team starts winning games and they start putting streaks together like the Rockies are on, and it starts with the little things coming out of spring training, the little things in the bullpen, the little things on the side during batting practice. So you got to give credit where credit is due. This is a team that is very well polished. They know right now, before the first pitch starts, like Jeff said during the pregame, that they've got a pretty good opportunity. They're going to win a game. It all boils down to confidence. It all boils down to how you strut around during the pregame, giving the other team, letting the other team know that, hey, we're not going to back down from this winning streaks. We're not going to talk about it. It's something that you don't talk about. It's something you just go out and do.
Jeff, third time this season, the Rockies have gone back-to-back with those home runs. And as Roger was saying, they really were able to adjust to things.
Well, and that's what you have to do as a hitter. You're up there trying to figure out, okay, how did he get me out the first time? What's going to happen when I go to face him the second time? Am I able to make the adjustment? Is he going to make the adjustment on me? And that's all hitting is. We take a look here in the first inning. Breaking pitch to Matt Holliday, left in a little bit. Juan Pierre makes a very nice catch. But now in the fourth inning, Matt makes the adjustment. Tries to work the fastball away. He takes a single to right field, taking what Loaiza gives him in this instance. Now we'll go to the second inning with Garrett Atkins. Breaking pitch that was in to walk him. Now in the fourth inning, what's Garrett Atkins do? Hey, I remember what he tried to do to me. This time he left the fastball up. Garrett deposited it over the wall for a home run into left center field. Fast forward to Brad Hopp, the second inning, a little hanging breaking pitch, fists it to left field, but it's an out. Brad's going, okay, I know he's going to try to get me out there again away, but I'm going to make sure he gets the ball down. This time, no worries, home run to left center field. All of a sudden, that's what this game is about. We talk about baseball being a game of adjustments. Just like any sort of business, you have to plan for what the guy's going to do, and then you go out and do it, and that's exactly what the Rockies did tonight.
Big night for Garrett Atkins. He had a 4-hit night. Third time this season he's had 4 hits in a game. And we go back out to Dodger Stadium to hear from Garrett Atkins.
All right, Mark, thanks very much. Garrett Atkins has joined us down on the field. Garrett, congratulations on 11 straight wins. It turned into a blowout, but it was anything but a blowout early in this baseball game. I thought the first time through, Loaiza was really on his game.
He was. He had his cutter working, his fastball working. He was keeping the ball down, and then you know, we kind of got to him the second time around, and luckily we got into their bullpen.
Isn't that something? Out a second and third time through a lineup, I know you guys talk in that dugout. Where did he go? What are you seeing? And then it just pays dividends, particularly tonight with you and Hopp.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he fell behind the count on me in particular, and let the fastball out over the plate, and got just enough of it to get it out of here.
You have, like a closer, a short-term memory. You've thrown some good at-bats out there and hitting some hard luck lately, 3 for 20 coming in, and you erased that pretty quickly tonight.
Yeah, you know, I started to feel pretty good the last couple of days. We didn't really have any results to show for it, so it was nice to throw a few hits out there and get us on the board early there like that.
Is that feeling good in the batting practice side of things before the ball game, where you start to get the swing back a little bit?
You know, that, and then, you know, your first at bat when you're seeing pitches well, you know, you work a walk and you just you're picking up the ball good and your swing feels good, and, you know, it carries on throughout the rest of the game.
How excited are you guys going home for 3 against Arizona?
I mean, you know, that's what we wanted to do, and, you know, we got a chance to take care of business, and hopefully we will.
Hey, Garrett, enjoy this one. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right, thanks.
All right, Garrett Atkins tonight, 4 more hits. We sound like a broken record now. It's 11 straight. Every night it's somebody different. Helton, a big swing of the bat, because, George, for about 6 innings, it was a very tight ball game.
That's what I was talking about there in the 9th inning, Drew. When you start to see that, you start to see what the bullpen had to do with Spire, then it was Affelt and Julio. Then all of a sudden the veteran Helton, I mean, he's playing like a little kid again. And all of a sudden, bam, he hits the home run and just destroyed it. And it's been Hopp, it's been Atkins. Tulowitzki got another RBI tonight. You go all the way up and down it, and they've made the plays and they've swung the bats.
And Troy Tulowitzki defensively probably won't you won't see him on all the highlight shows as you did last night, but he made a big play on Russell Martin. he doesn't make that play, it's a 4-4 game. Not every shortstop makes that play.
No, he doesn't make that play, and he knows that he's got a cannon. So what he can do is take his time to plant the back foot, to really stride off of that thing, get behind the ball and airmail to first base. That's exactly what he did with it. A lot of shortstops may have tried to jump and throw that thing, or they might have tried to make another avenue to try to get the out. Tulowitzki knows he's got the heat, and he let it show off.
By the way, are you having fun yet?
Oh, man, is this fun. You know what it is? I'll tell you, Drew, for me, and you know this, but, I mean, after 2 World Series in a playoff, it just rekindles, you know, the memory side of it. Nobody thought the Twins could win in '87 either. Couldn't win on the road, came home, kicked everybody's butt, and you end up in the World Series. It's fun.
Keep those thoughts right there. Let's go back to Denver. Mark?
It is a lot of fun as the Rockies win their 11th in a row. Let's update the wild card standings and see where the Rockies are. Everybody had won earlier in the day, so this was a key game for the Rockies to win as they keep pace.
Well, you know, this is something we've talked about for the last 2 or 3 weeks, that the Rockies were going to need some help, and obviously some of the other teams have obliged the Rockies and fallen off to the side of the road, but the Rockies right now are hotter than any team in baseball right now. I don't think that any team in Major League Baseball wants to play the Rockies right now, and I think the Rockies have a strut about them that they're intimidating a little bit, and I never thought I would say this about this organization, but they're in a place right now that this organization's never been before. You can take the mid-'90s. I was a part of that, and getting to see what I'm seeing now, you know, are there some comparisons? Yes, absolutely. But I think right now you're looking at a very well-rounded team and a well-rounded organization from A-ball all the way up to the major leagues.
Did you see the new addition on that? The Mets.
Oh,
they have just taken the tank. They've gone downhill.
That's just more math, Huey. More math.
They've lost their last 7 at Shea Stadium. They're awful right now.
All right, let's go out to Dodger Stadium again and talk to George Frazier. And, George, we've been talking about the streak, 11 wins in a row, trying to figure out how many wins in a row is the most in the month of September. And the Rockies can win out, and we'll show you this on the board here. If they can win out, they'll set the record. The Orioles won 13 straight in '99, but you basically go back to 1980, and look where the Rockies are in terms of the streak at 11, right in the middle. It has been something else, George.
It has been really fun to watch, Mark. This ball club has done a lot of things right. More importantly, as we showed you during the open tonight with the graphic, what they had done in the last 10. They've only made 1 error. The thing is, the starting rotation's given an average of just a little over 3 runs per game, and the opposition, the Rockies, scoring 7+ runs per ball game. You do that every night, you're going to win a lot of games. The bullpen has been very good. You knew this team would hit. There was no doubt that they would hit. But now you put the combination of the defense, you put the combination of the starting pitching, yeah, you're going to win a lot of ball games, and that's exactly what they're doing.
To expand on that just a little bit, George, you mentioned it, the hits, anybody that Clint Hurdle, you got to give a little bit of credit now to Clint Hurdle because it seems like every single move that he's making is the right one. Tonight he gets Ryan Spire, brings him in, gets a big strikeout. I mean, Ryan Spilborgh's a possible chance to lay down a bunt. No, he gets a swinging bunt. Now the bases are loaded. I mean, everything that's working right for the players is also working right for Clint.
It is working right, and you know, when you're winning and everything's going in the right direction, all those moves, when they work, obviously you look like a genius. When you don't, everything gets exposed.
Right.
Right? I mean, Joe Torre was a horrible manager in 3 stops before he got to New York, and all of a sudden he's the best manager that's ever put on a big league uniform. Well, you know, Clint's enjoying us right now. And the players are doing what they're being asked to do. So when you go into a game late, you're in for defense. They're not upset. They go play defense. You're in to get a pinch hit. How about Seth Smith, what he's done coming off the bench in the middle of ball games? Big base hits. So, I mean, everybody's being asked to do something right now, and they're all doing it.
George, at one point tonight, this was a pretty good ball game, a lot closer than the final score indicated, but there was a big turn of events there in that 6th inning, big momentum change when Clint Hurdle had to go to 4 arms to get through that 6th inning, but guys started to slide up. You saw Jorge Julio come in and finish that 6th inning, go out and throw the 7th. So a lot of people don't understand that games can be won and lost in that 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, just like they can be lost or won in that 9th inning. Another great outing by the bullpen by the Rockies.
It was. I think, you know, the more you see Spire pitch in tight positions, the better results he gets.
Right,
you put him out and you're down 5, up 5. You know, he's not what he is when he goes into tight situations. You know, I'm going to tell you this, too. I think Clint, if it's July and Morales has got 1st and 2nd and nobody out, he might have let him grow up a little bit.
Right,
he might have let him try to get through that 6th. But when in this situation right now, and with the bullpen performing the way it has, there's no hesitation. Go down and get the guys it is to close this thing up, button it up, and get out of here.
All right, George, we will see you back here, 20th and Blake. It's going to be fun this weekend.
Can't wait, guys.
We'll see you soon. Let's talk about Franklin Morales. You mentioned him, 21 years old, gets the start. When this streak started on September the 15th, it was a Sunday 13-0 win over the Marlins. He pitches tonight, gets 10 runs in the end in support of him, but he was pretty good again tonight.
Well, he's a 21-year-old kid trapped in the body of a 10-year veteran right now. He made his Major League debut in L.A., comes back, has good memories of there, goes out and throws a great game tonight, getting into that 6th inning, getting the game to the bullpen with a chance to win. He picks up his 3rd win tonight, goes ahead of Denny Nagel by a 1/3 of an inning in consecutive scoreless innings pitched by a starter. So these guys are going out pitching well beyond their years. You got to go back, not just to the minor leagues. You got to go back to where these kids started to pitch, 14, 15 years old, and go back to Rolando Fernandez, who's got the Dominican Republic Academy down there, who finds all these kids, brings them over, and teaches them, first of all, teaches them how to speak the language of English, teaches them how to pitch, teaches them how to handle themselves in pressure situations, and then teaches them a little bit about baseball, as you can see. Same thing with Morales, same thing with Jimenez. These guys are maturing far before they get to the major leagues. So you got to give credit all the way down the line, not just to the guys at the major leagues. And I don't want to take credit away from Bob Apodaca, these guys, but they're getting a more polished product from the minor league system and the way that Mark Gustafson, Bill Schmidt, and all those guys are running that operation down there.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you say this is going to pay dividends down
Absolutely.
the road for the Rockies and also for Franklin Morales, Ubaldo Jimenez. To learn at the big league level and to have the success that they're having right now in pressure, big-time games. It's one thing to come up in September and do well when there's not meaningful games, but it's another to be thrown out there in the thrust of a wild card or in a division, anything like that down the road, going into possibly the playoffs if he gets an opportunity to start, or next year. This is big time for these guys.
Yeah, and Jimenez is scheduled to pitch on Sunday. Let's go around the NL West. We will start with the Padres, of course, who are on the road. They've got 4 in Milwaukee. Dale Swaim managing the Brewers because Ned Yost was suspended. They had some beanball situations with St. Louis. This is in the 3rd, bases loaded. Scott Hairston, a screamer down the line. It would clear the bases early, 3-0 for San Diego. Bottom of the 5th, bases loaded for Prince Fielder. What will he do against Joe Thatcher, the lefty? Well, he grounds when he hits at the short end of inning. Remember, Hopp hit a big home run off of Thatcher in San Diego, lefty against lefty. Here we go in the 7th. Khalil Green off the glove of a leaping Ryan Braun, sort of, and the Brewers fans did not.
He's had enough.
Enjoy this one. 9-5.
All right, Atlanta and Philadelphia wrapping up the 3-game set they would play. Bottom of the 1st, Ryan Howard would set a major league record. More about that later. Here he hits his 44th home run of the season. John Smoltz gives up 4 in the 1st, would give up 5 runs in 4 total innings pitched. On to history. Ryan Howard, with his 196 strikeouts, becomes the all-time major league leading season record holder in that category. Later in the 3rd, Pat Burrell blasts a home run. 2-run shot. Burrell's 30th of the year. The Phillies go up 6-0. Top of the 9th. Philly within striking distance of catching the New York Mets. Brett Myers on the mound, former starter, now closer.
Swing and a miss, he got him, and that's the ball game. Myers closes it down, and if you're the Mets, that train you hear coming behind you, it's the Philadelphia Phillies.
It is the Phillies. 6-4 over Atlanta, eliminated Atlanta, ties New York in the NL East.
Well, there's Brandon Webb, today's scheduled starter, pushed back to tomorrow. Micah Owings gets Xavier Nady looking. No, that wasn't looking, that was swinging. My bad. Owens at the plate. Oh, they're just doing it all. Eric Burns, 4-0.
Get it out of your system now.
Exactly. Coming to Rockies tomorrow. Micah Owens already 3 for 3 on the day. Doubles. Okay, 3 for 3 plus another hit. Raj, what's that?
That is a professional athlete right
He's
there.
He's 4 for 4. D-backs win 8-0.
Hope he doesn't come to town and pinch hit, you know?
I know.
He may not make the trip. He's done.
Why should he?
Exactly. Why should he?
Rockies 2 out with 3 to go against Arizona. That's math we know how to figure out.
That's simple math right there. I get that. I do get that.
Okay, so what happens?
Rockies have to sweep.
There you go.
And they can do it. They are playing the best baseball they have played in the franchise's history. 11 straight wins. More coming up on the Chevy Sports Desk. We'll go back to Dodger Stadium and find out about this big victory. And, man, are they sweating it out at Shea Stadium. The Cardinals with a one-game matchup today against the Mets. We'll talk about that and more about this big Rockies win as well when we come back.
The Rockies post-game report is brought to you in part by Quest, your spirit of service in action. FSN Rocky Mountain is your home for Chassa football. The Wildcats are ready to pounce with their stingy D and high-flying offense. But the Rebels are ready for a battle behind their superior ground game. Arvada West, Columbine, October 4th at 6:30.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it.
The clock is ticking at the Chevy Time to Buy sale. For a few short days, get great deals on most Chevys. Hurry, time is running out.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on all 2007 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cabs.
Chevy, made for Colorado.
Of all the people in the world, there's only one you, and you relate to the world in your own way. The information you gather, the stories you share, the connections you make. Quest connects you to what matters, your way. We help you build a customized bundle with the quality services you need at a price that's right for you. Consider a bundle with a local phone package and broadband for as low as $57 a month. Call today for a free account review. Let us help you build your bundle. That's our spirit of service.
How can you change a kid's life?
Just by playing catch.
It's as easy as that?
It's as easy as that. Play catch, come to a ball game, and eat some nachos.
Become a sports buddy, and not only can you play catch, shoot hoops, and attend sporting events, but you'll also change a kid's life forever. Check it out at denversportsbuddies.com, and check out the great deals at cheaperfords.com, where an 07 Ranger or Focus is just $99.88.
Join Sports Buddies and change a kid's life. It's game time.
See that house? I built that house.
Hey, see that truck? I built that truck.
The American-built Toyota Tundra. Get 0% APR financing for 48 months or $2,500 cash back. Find out more at ytundra.com.
My boy loves motorcycles, just like his dad. First things first, motorcycle safety. When I got hit, at least I knew who to call. The Law Tigers. Here it is. This card is as important as his safety gear. I've been carrying a Law Tigers card for years, and I want him to have one too. With the Law Tigers, you never ride alone. Get your free biker benefit card at your favorite motorcycle shop or online at lawtigers.com. America's injury lawyers who ride.
Quality Tough Shed Sundance Series buildings are now available at the Home Depot. Tough Shed does it all, from helping you design your storage building to installing it where you want. Just call, click, or visit to order your Sundance Series building today. Right now, get a free gift card worth up to $500 with purchase of select installed Tough Shed buildings, plus 6 months, no payments, no interest financing with your Home Depot consumer credit card. Legendary Tough Shed buildings, plus the convenience of the Home Depot.
The Tough Shed Sundance Series, available exclusively at the Home Depot.
Get to the Chevy drive of the game. The Rockies are now 38-10 this season. When they hit 2 or more home runs, Todd Helton's home run tonight was their third of the game. Atkins, Haupt, and Helton, whose last 2 home runs have come against L.A. I know you remember home run number 301. 302 tonight as the Rockies win it big time, 10-4, 15 hits in the game. And Franklin Morales gets the win, the start of the 21-year-old. And the Rockies move to 15 games over 500 as we get you back here to the Chevy Sports Desk. And Todd Helton is he's really been Mr. Clutch in September.
Well, and that's what you want. You want your big guy to step up, and he's certainly done that. And you look at all the RBIs he's had from the end of July to now, almost 30, 35 RBIs. So along with everybody else, he's saying, let's go to the promised land, and he's doing his part.
Very interesting play in this game that involved the umpire with a ball that was hit up the middle. And I know, Jeff, you and I were kind of trying to figure out what the rule was, and you figured it out after this happened in the 6th.
Well, after the ball that Cass goes past the mound and hits Jerry Lane, the second base umpire, the ball is dead. Typically, I thought once it hit the umpire, he's just part of the play, but there's actually a rule, 5.09F, means that once the ball is bounded past the mound and it hits the umpire, it is now a dead ball, and that's exactly what happened. That's why Brad Hopp had to go back to third. That's why Ryan Spilborghs had to go back to second. That's why you saw Grady Little come out and say, what's going on? And you saw Clint Hurdle. I mean, all these guys are coming out because I don't think anybody knew that the ball was dead. I'm sure they thought once it hit the umpire that it was fair game. He's part of the field of play, and that you just run until they get you out, just like Little League.
Right.
They did the right thing. You just take off running until somebody stops you. Little League home run.
Speaking of Grady Little, the manager of the Dodgers, well, he's talking to the media now out in L.A. Here he is.
We're trying to do the best we can to win a game. We had a little trouble with this ball club across the way there in the last week, and kind of glad they're gone.
Now, going into this weekend, thinking about the Giants and everything that's gone on, I mean, is there something that you want to see out of the younger guys going into just closing it out?
Well, we're trying to win games. We're going to try to win some games, and that will not change throughout the weekend.
And Esteban Loaiza, is there something wrong with him? Because he just can't seem to put it together.
The guy's coming back off injury from early in the year. He was a little better out there today in the first 3 innings, and then a couple balls left the park there in the 4th. But we're looking forward to having him seeing the real Esteban Loaiza next year after going through spring training healthy, and it hasn't been that long since this guy won 20 games, and so hopefully we can get that guy back.
James Loney getting to the 31 ribbies, is this as good a month as you've ever seen out of a young player?
He's had a good month, but all these personal stats we don't pay a lot of attention to right now as we do our own the team record, and right now we're very dissatisfied with that, and nobody's very happy about that.
There's Grady Little, the manager of the Dodgers, who, by the way, the Rockies will finish ahead of the Dodgers for the first time ever.
Yep.
First time ever. And their first sweep at Dodger Stadium since 1999. Let's go to the NL Central. I know there's a lot of Cubs fans out there, and one of them is Bill Murray. And the Cubs were down in Florida. He was out for BP trying
Cinderella boy.
Try to pay off Freddie Gonzalez, the manager of the Marlins. And at the bottom of the 5th, already 4-1 for the Marlins. Miguel Cabrera with a knock, make it 5-1. Top 6, Alfonso Soriano.
Lama.
Gone. Cubs coming back. Down 5-3 as he goes high off the wall, actually. And there's Bill Murray cheering on the Cubs. But Marlins not done. Pinch hitting Cody Ross takes Ryan Dempster deep off the wall. Another run would come in. Marlins win at 6-4. Bill Murray says he may travel to Cincinnati, where the Cubs go next, to try to root them on as they try to get into the playoffs.
What else is he going to do?
There's Pedro Martinez on the hill at Shea Stadium.
Grounded
Good
down
start
toward
for him.
third behind the bag. Tough play for Wright off balance, and he got it there in time. What a play by David Wright.
That is getting it done. Third inning, the Redbirds start getting it going. I think you know who that guy is. Albert Pujols, a drive off of Pedro into the gap. Rick Ankiel would score. Next batter is Ryan Ludwig, a single to left. In comes Pujols. 2 earned runs for Pedro in the third. Cards up 3-0. Bottom 4, Moises Alou, 30-game hitting streak. Grounds out to end the inning. Fails to continue the streak, and the Mets lose 3-0. And Jeff, you told me they've lost 7 straight at Shea Stadium.
Oh, I know, and you look at that, and right now the Mets faithful, all of them in New York, are sitting there going, oh no, the Phillies are right even with us. We can't catch a break. We can't win a ball game. And you know that something happens. Poor Willie Randolph there in New York will be fired, if not Sunday night, Monday morning. It's unfortunate. Willie's a good guy, but hey, you had this big lead only 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you let it get away from you.
Well, we're going to talk about this upcoming weekend. What a weekend it's going to be at Coors Field with Arizona coming to town. And how about the pitching matchup for tomorrow for game number 1? Jeff Francis and Brandon Webb. Yeah, Francis against the Cy Young Award winner of last year.